Well, took all day to finally get through with work and get settled in, but yeah, we're going to start back up on Mass Effect while there's still 23 minutes for me for an N7 day, but on the West Coast it's still only like, it's only 8:37, so it's all good for them. They're still celebrating N7 day, which, as long as we keep Commander Shepard in our hearts, it'll always be N7 day. That was the cheesiest shit I've ever seen said in my life, but oh well, it works. Yeah, just to reiterate, we're not going to do every nitty gritty thing in the game. We're just going to do the main bits. So that way I can actually do it in well, technically 2 sessions, because this is the second, but yeah. So now it's off to go get the Normandy, and then we're going to head for the dig site to get Liara. Damn, I should have went by the requisitions officer. Oh well.
That you're willing
I'll
to
worry
kill
about that
your
later.
own Rex. Aren't the Krogan just a few generations away from extinction?
You don't get it. For all your talk of honor and pride, the Turians never had to test their principles in a real struggle. Anyone who fights us is either stupid or on Saren's payroll. Killing the latter is business. Killing the former is a favor to the universe.
Damn.
I've got big news for you, Shepard. Captain Anderson is stepping down as commanding officer of the Normandy. The ship is yours now.
She's quick and quiet, and you know the crew. Perfect ship for a Spectre. Treat her well, Commander.
I'm gonna turn the subtitles on for y'all. I forgot those were off.
Take good care of her, sir.
I know you will, Commander.
I want the truth. Why are you stepping down, sir?
You needed your own ship. A Spectre can't answer to anyone but the Council. And it's time for me to step down.
Come clean with me, Captain. You owe me that much.
I was in your shoes 20 years ago, Shepard. They were considering me for the Spectres.
See, I want to say that, but even though it's like on the upper side, this is one of the things that kind of just bothered me about the first one. Was like even the upper side on up here, upper right. That's the Paragon saying. In the middle is neutral, and then the bottom right is a renegade. But some of the things you say, being Paragon, kind of come off as being a dick.
Why didn't you ever mention this?
What was I supposed to say? I could have been a Spectre, but I blew it? I failed, Commander. It's not something I'm proud of. Ask me later and I'll tell you the whole story. For now, all you need to know is, I was sent on a mission with Saren, and he made sure the Council rejected me. I had my shot. It came and went. Now you have a chance to make up for my mistakes.
I won't let you down, sir.
Saren's gone. Don't even try to find him. But we know what he's after. The conduit. He's got his Geth scouring the Traverse looking for clues.
We had reports of Geth in the Pharos system shortly before our colony there dropped out of contact, and there have been sightings around Noveria.
Find out what Saren was after on Pharos and Noveria. Maybe you can figure out where the conduit is before he does.
The Reapers are the real threat.
I'm with the Council on this one, Shepard. I'm not sure they even exist.
But if they do exist, the conduit's the key to bringing them back. Stop Saren from getting the conduit, and we stop the Reapers from returning.
I forgot to silence my phone. But I need my dashboard anyway, so it's all good. Damn, turn down that brightness. Forgot how bright that thing was. Okay, anyway.
I'll stop it. I'll stop it.
We have one more lead. Matriarch Benezia, the other voice in that recording. She has a daughter, a scientist who specializes in the Protheans. We don't know if she's involved, but it might be a good idea to try and find her. See what she knows. Her name's Liara, Dr. Liara Tassoni. We have reports she was exploring an archaeological dig on one of the uncharted worlds in the Artemis Tau cluster.
The colonists on Pharos might still be alive.
It's your decision, Commander.
Oh, fuck. I didn't mean to hit that.
But don't answer to us.
It don't really matter.
Your actions still reflect on humanity.
I
as a
plan
whole.
on...
You make a mess and I get
I plan on
stuck
going to
cleaning it up.
the, yeah, that's your job, you asshole. Now I plan on going
I'll try
to
not
get
to make
Liara
things any harder
first,
on you, Ambassador.
but I didn't...
Glad to hear it, Commander.
Got caught up
Remember,
and didn't really
you were a
pay
human
attention
long
that
before you
time,
were a
sadly,
Spectre.
so...
I have a meeting to get to.
Oopsie.
Captain
Oh well.
Anderson can answer
It don't
any
really
questions
change
you might
anything,
have.
so all good.
Yes, Commander?
How are you holding up?
Honestly, this isn't how I pictured my career coming to an end. Pushing papers really isn't my thing. But you're the one who can stop Sarah. I believe in you, Shepard. If that means I have to step aside, so be it.
Tell me what happened with you and Saren 20 years ago.
It's close to 20 years ago now. Ambassador Goyle was our representative here on the Citadel. Like Udina, she wanted to get a human into the Spectres. She chose me. The Council sent Saren to keep an eye on me and evaluate my performance, just like they sent Nihilus to keep tabs on you.
Why weren't you honest with me?
It's not something I'm proud of. I had a chance to become the first human Spectre, and I failed. Saren made sure of that.
I think I deserve the whole story.
We had intel on a rogue scientist being funded by Batarian interests. He was trying to set up a facility to develop illegal AI technology out in the Verge. Alliance intel had done all the work, but the Council wanted a Spectre involved. We compromised. I was assigned to help Saren in his investigation. We tracked the scientist to a refining facility on Kamala. He was hidden away somewhere inside, protected by an army of Batarian mercenaries. The plan was simple. Sneak into the plant, capture the scientist, sneak back out. Quick, quiet, and a minimum of bloodshed.
I'm guessing things didn't go as planned.
Saren and I split up to cover more ground. Then about halfway through the mission, there was a massive explosion in the refinery core. Officially, it was ruled an accident, but I think Saren detonated it on purpose to draw off the enemy guards.
How many casualties?
The explosion tore the refinery to shreds. The whole place was on fire. Black chemical clouds poured out into the atmosphere. Nobody inside survived. There was a camp for the workers and their families nearby. Between the fires and the toxic fumes, the final death count was over 500. Mostly civilians. Saren didn't care. The target was eliminated, mission accomplished. And I ended up taking the blame. That ended all talk of me joining the Spectres.
Saren caused the explosion. How'd he pin it on you?
In his report, Saren accused me of blowing his cover. He said it was my fault the guards were ready for us. He claimed that's why it turned into a massacre. Saren's report was all the proof the Council needed to kill my chances of becoming a Spectre.
Don't blame yourself, Captain.
I don't. I blame Saren. I think he wanted things to go bad. He was looking for an excuse to blow that refinery. Maybe he just likes the violence. Maybe he was just trying to make me look bad to keep humans out of the Spectres. If so, he pulled it off.
And that's pretty much the general summary of the
Why'd
first
you let him
novel.
get away with it?
Who do you think the Council was going to listen to? Me? Or their best agent? I had a bad feeling about him right from the start.
Son of a
I should have been
gun.
more careful.
Finger
Maybe I
working
could have
hurts.
stopped things before they got out of hand.
The only thing I care about is stopping Saren.
You're right, Commander. It's no good living in the past.
Again, sometimes you just sound like an asshole when you don't mean
I should go.
to.
I'll be here if you need anything.
I should go.
Stand by, shore party.
Oh yeah. Do this before I forget again. Oh, no, wrong one. sound? Oh. Gameplay? Yeah, there it is. Okay. Ah, there we go. Just fixing that for y'all.
Decontamination.
I heard what happened to Captain Anderson. Survives 100 battles and then gets taken down by backroom politics. Just watch your back, Commander. Things go bad on this mission, you're next on their chopping block.
Captain Anderson should be the one in charge. It's like I'm stealing the ship from him.
Yeah, the captain got screwed. But it's not like you could have stopped it. Nobody's blaming you. Everyone on this ship's behind you, Commander. 100%. Intercom's open. If you got anything you want to say to the crew, now's the time.
This is Commander Shepard speaking.
We have our orders. Find Saren before he finds the conduit. I won't lie to you, crew. This mission isn't going to be easy.
This began with an attack on a human settlement in the Traverse.
But we know Saren won't stop there. His Geth armies aren't going to stay on the far fringes of Citadel space.
Our enemy knows we're coming.
Wherever he searches for the conduit, we'll be there. We will hunt him to the very ends of the galaxy and bring him down.
Damn right.
Humanity needs to do this.
Not just for our own sake, but for the sake of every other species in Citadel space. Saren must be stopped. And I promise you all, we will stop him.
Well said, Commander. Captain will be proud.
The captain gave up everything so I could have this chance. We
That
can't fail.
music, just timing right there is just amazing
Yes, sir.
to me. Yeah. Tell you what I really want. And I've already talked about this with a couple of the people that I know that play. Like, I want a, you know what, I am going to take the time to actually talk to the crew at least. But I want a Mass Effect game that actually is like an anthology series, but it's like different volumes of the different wars that have happened in the history of the game. Like, you have one that takes place during the First Contact War, one that takes place during the Rachni War, the Krogan Rebellions. What was some of them other ones? The Drell Homeworld. Well, no, it wasn't the Homeworld that they were fighting for. They got helped by the Hanar. What was I thinking of? There was First Contact, the Rachni Wars, Krogan Rebellions. I can't help but think there was another one that I'm forgetting.
Just trying to get a sense of where the crew's at.
I bet I'll remember it here in a second.
I've wasted enough of your time for now, Commander. We'll have time for personal debriefings later.
We'll talk another time, Lieutenant.
Commander?
Oh, and there also could be just missions from the Solarian Special Task Group. I mean, yeah, just like different, like an anthology series of different stories, rather than just like a broad spectrum of the whole, playing as a single person. You know, something more widespread that actually chronically defines the history of the universe in the game.
Nice ship you've got, Shepard. What can I do for you?
What's your story, Rex?
There's no story. Go ask the Quarian if you want stories.
You Krogan live for centuries. Don't tell me you haven't had a few interesting adventures.
Well, there was this one time the Turians almost wiped out our entire race. That was fun.
I heard about that. You know, they almost did the same to us.
It's not the same.
It seems pretty much the same to me.
So your people were infected with a genetic mutation? An infection that makes only a few in 1,000 children survive birth? And I suppose it's destroying your entire species?
See, I wish they would have put in an option for like after you played the game and you know how much worse it is for the Krogan, so you could actually make a statement about that.
I suppose it isn't all the same.
I don't expect you to understand, but don't compare humanity's fate with the Krogan.
I was just making conversation. I wasn't trying to upset you.
Your ignorance doesn't upset me, Shepard.
Hard to tell.
As for the Krogan, I gave up on them long ago. The genophage infected us, but it's not what's killing us.
Are your people really dying?
We're sure not getting any stronger. We're too spread out. None of us are interested in staying in our own system.
Lots of species
So?
have left their homes and prospered.
But they go to colonize new worlds. We're not settlers. We're warriors. We want to fight.
Krogan are the
So
Saiyans!
Hire
Anyway.
ourselves out. And most of us never go back.
What can you tell me about the genophage?
Ask the Solarians if you want details. They made it. All I know, it makes breeding nearly impossible. Thousands die in stillbirth, and most never get that far. Every Krogan is infected, every one. And no one's rushing to find a cure.
Why don't the Krogan try to find a cure?
When was the last time you saw a Krogan scientist? You ask a Krogan, would he rather find a cure for the genophage or fight for credits? He'll choose fighting every time. It's just who we are, Shepard. I can't change that. Nobody can.
What can you tell me about the genophage?
Ask the Solarians if you want details. They made it. All I know, it makes breeding nearly impossible. Thousands die in stillbirth, and most never get that far. Every Krogan is infected, every one, and no one's rushing to find a cure.
So long,
Oh,
Rex.
yeah, I already said that.
Shepard.
I talked to her just because.
Commander?
Do you have a few minutes to talk one-on-one?
I'm sorry, Commander. I wouldn't mind talking more later, though.
Dismissed, Chief.
Piss off. Just skip through that. It's kind of obvious I don't really like Ashley.
Thanks for bringing
Like a
me
lot of
on
people.
board, Commander. I knew working with the
Because my
Spectre
bro.
would be better than life at CSEC.
Have you worked with a Spectre before?
Well, no, but I know what they're like. Spectres make their own rules. You're free to handle things your way. At CSEC, you're buried by rules. The damn bureaucrats are always on your back.
For the most part, the rules are there for a reason.
Maybe. But sometimes it feels like the rules are only there to stop me from doing my work. If I'm trying to take down a suspect, it shouldn't matter how I do it, as long as I do it. But CSEC wants it done their way. Protocol and procedure come first. That's why I left.
So you just quit because you didn't like the way they do things?
There's more to it than that. It didn't start out bad, but as I rose in ranks, I got saddled with more and more red tape. CSEC's handling of Saren was typical. I just couldn't take it anymore. I hate leaving.
I hope you made the right choice. I'd hate for you to regret it later.
Well, that's sort of why I teamed up with you. It's a chance for me to get off the Citadel, see how things are done outside CSEC. Either way, I plan to make the most of this. And without CSEC headquarters looking over my shoulder, well, maybe I can get the job done my way for a change.
If getting the job done means endangering innocent people, then no. We get the job done right, not fast. Got it?
I wasn't trying to. I understand, Commander.
So, like, the first thing that I ever thought about when I first played this, and I first met Rex, and I learned more about the Krogan, the way they're designed and the way their culture is, to me, they're like dinosaur natives. Because they've got individual tribes and everything, and the way they're designed, they look like dinosaurs. Especially with Rex's namesake. So, like, that was my first impression of them. And then the Turians, to me, were like Roman praying mantis. Because they have well, obviously, because they all come born with a stick up their ass. As goes the jokes in the game and in the community. But, like, yeah, it's just the way they look. They're kind of like insect-like to me. That to me just makes me think of a praying mantis. And their culture's like very like Roman Empire-ish kind of thing, because they're the strongest military force. Plus they're uptight.
Your ship's amazing, Shepard. I've never seen a drive core like this before. I can't believe you were able to fit it into a ship this small. I'm starting to understand why you humans have been so successful. I had no idea Alliance vessels were so advanced.
The Normandy's a prototype. Cutting-edge technology.
A month ago, I was patching a makeshift fuel line into a converted tug ship in the flotilla. Now, I'm sitting on board one of the most advanced vessels in Citadel space. I have to thank you again for bringing me along. Traveling on a vessel like this is a dream come true for me.
I had no idea you found ship technology so interesting.
It comes with being a Quarian. The migrant fleet is the key to the survival of my people. Ships are our most valuable resource. But we don't have anything like this. We make do with cast-offs and second-hand equipment. We just try to keep them running for as long as we can. Some of the fleet's larger vessels date all the way back to our original flight from the Geth.
I can't believe your fleet's still using ships that are 3 centuries old.
They're constantly being repaired, modified, and refitted. They aren't pretty, but they work. Mostly. We've tried to make ourselves as independent as possible on the flotilla. Grow our own food, mine, and process our own fuel. But some things we just can't make on our own. A patch to maintain the hull integrity requires raw materials we just don't have. That's why our pilgrimages are so important.
Tell me about your people.
Our lives aren't easy. Resources are scarce, and we are constantly on the move. Everything we do must in some way contribute to the continuation of the migrant fleet. There are 17 million Quarians in the flotilla, and each of us relies on the others for survival. The bonds among my people are strong. Unfortunately, we have had to surrender many of the freedoms and civil liberties other species take for granted.
What kind of freedoms?
Well, it's illegal for parents to have more than one child. If our population grows too much, it would strain our resources to their breaking point. Of course, we also can't allow our numbers to become too few. If our population is in decline, the rule against single births is temporarily repealed. In extreme cases of population decline, incentives are even offered to encourage multiple births, though the Conclave hasn't had to take such measures in nearly a century.
That's your government.
The Conclave is our civilian branch of government. Each ship can elect a representative to serve on the Conclave and make decisions that affect the fleet as a whole. On matters that affect an individual ship, however, the captain has the final say. It's a tradition that dates back to the early days, when the fleet was governed by martial law. Fortunately, most captains nowadays are smart enough to have an elected council from their crew to give them advice and guidance.
So the ultimate power rests with elected officials.
In practice, the Conclave and the respective council for each ship tend to set the rules that govern our daily lives. But in theory, we are still under military jurisdiction. The 5 top-ranking military officials in the fleet serve on the Admiralty Board. These 5 have the power to overrule any decision by the Conclave in case of emergency. To do so requires unanimous agreement among the Admiralty, and they can only do this once. After that, the entire board must resign their posts. It's a safeguard that served us well. In nearly 3 centuries, the Admiralty Board has only overruled the Conclave 4 times.
And with the Quarians, my impression was I saw you could still see like faint resemblances of Chinese government and culture, and what was that other one I was thinking of? Anyway, now what they're like, I never could actually get anything from that, because I mean, it's just like you don't know what they look like, so you don't know any of that.
I want to know more about the Geth.
I doubt I can
But I don't
tell
care.
you
Tally's
anything you
Bay.
don't already
That's the
know.
important thing.
It's been almost 3 centuries since they drove my people into exile. All I know is the story of their origins, what they were when we created them, and how they turned on us.
Interesting.
The Geth were originally created to serve as an automated manual labor force. Initially, their intelligence was as limited as any VI. Over time, we made small modifications to their programming to allow them to perform more varied and complex tasks, bringing them closer and closer to true AI status.
How come the Council didn't step in and stop you?
This wasn't true AI research. We may have been skirting the bounds of the law, but we never did anything that was actually illegal. The changes were so insignificant, so gradual, that we were able to control them. Or so we thought. But one thing we underestimated was the power of the neural network. A million Geth thinking simultaneously created an inherently unstable matrix.
So, the Geth share brain power?
Many of the Geth's logic systems were designed to work in concert with other nearby Geth. Basically, the more of them you have in the group, the smarter they are.
So there's some sort of group consciousness?
No, nothing like that. They cannot share sensory data or information. Their programming cannot handle that much simultaneous input. Each Geth maintains an individual awareness and identity. The neural network only operates on a process-based level. It's basically the synthetic equivalent of a subconscious. But when they're in close proximity, they can coordinate low-level functional processes, freeing up more capacity for original or independent thought.
What made them rebel?
As we built more and more Geth, their effective intelligence became more sophisticated, more abstract. One day, a Geth began to ask its Quarian overseer questions about the nature of its existence. Am I alive? Why am I here? What is my purpose? As you can imagine, this caused a near panic among my people.
I don't see what's so bad about those questions.
The Geth were created to
I
engage
do,
in
but I
mundane,
figured I might as well dig
repetitive, or
in.
dangerous manual labor. That's fine for machines, but it won't satisfy a sentient being for long. The Geth were showing signs of rudimentary self-awareness and independent thought. If the Geth were intelligent, then we were essentially using them as slaves. It was inevitable the newly sentient Geth would rebel against their situation. We knew they would rise up against us, so we acted first. A general order went out across all Quarian-controlled systems to permanently deactivate all Geth. The Geth responded to this order violently.
Initiate Order 66.
You can't blame them for fighting for their survival.
We had no other choice. The Geth were already on the verge of revolution. By acting quickly, we had a chance to end the war before it began. The hope was that most of the Geth would still be little more than machines, incapable of organized resistance. But they had progressed much further than anyone anticipated. The war was long and bloody. Millions upon millions of
That's the other war I
Guardians
was
died at
thinking
their
of.
hands. In the end,
Quarian
we were
Geth
forced to
War.
flee our own homeworld. We feared the Geth would pursue us, but they never came beyond the Veil. Now we drift through space, exile searching for a way to reclaim what was once ours.
I want to know more about the pilgrimage.
When my people reach maturity, we leave our birth ships and seek acceptance with a new crew. It's necessary to maintain genetic diversity among the fleet. But no ship wants to accept someone who will be a burden on them. So, to prove our worth, we embark on a pilgrimage. We set out alone, leaving the flotilla and our families behind us. We only return once we have found something of value we can bring back to the fleet. This is presented as a gift to the captain of the respective ship we wish to join. If the gift is accepted, we are welcomed into the crew.
Can a captain choose to reject the gift?
That doesn't happen often. Most captains are eager to increase the size of their crew. It increases their own standing in our society. Even when the gift is not particularly valuable, the captain usually accepts it out of a sense of tradition. However, there is a stigma to presenting a substandard gift. It's not the best way to make a good impression on a new community. Most pilgrims don't return until they find something worthwhile.
Oh, crap. Phone just kind of went off my stream manager and I need... Okay, yeah, that's the only way I can look at chat while I'm on an Xbox.
I can't believe they just send you off alone.
It's not like they just cast us out. Before we leave, we are given lessons in how to survive outside the flotilla, and given gifts to help us on our journey. We also receive implants to fight off sickness and disease. Generations of living in an isolated and highly controlled environment have left our immune systems weaker than most. By the time we leave the fleet, we are well equipped for the pilgrimage. This is a rite of passage for all Quarians. If it were dangerous, our numbers would suffer. Virtually every pilgrimage ends with a triumphant return and the ritual presentation of the gift to one of the fleet's captains.
I want to talk about
Like
something.
what?
I should go.
That's it for now.
See you later.
Alright, bruh. I'll be here when you come back. Obviously. Yep, that's all my crew for right now. Now it's off to the Ars Dig site. Oh shit, I gotta go to Asteroid X57 before I actually finish. I ain't gonna worry about Pinnacle Station because that don't really have any bearing on the story or any of that, or it's not that important. But I guess I'll go to X57 after I do the 3 main ones before I go to Vermeer. Which I know, fuck, I never can remember which one it is. I think, actually, no, it might be Sparta. Anyway, I don't need to go to Asteroid X57 because there's not really a whole lot that actually happens that has any kind of bearing on the story. Other than the fact that we get introduced to Batarians, but... Ooh, that's kind of loud.
Commander, urgent message from Alliance Command coming in. I'll patch it through.
Shepard, this is Admiral Hackett from Alliance Command. We've got a situation here, and you're the only one that can handle it.
Yeah, I've heard that
What do
before.
you need, Admiral?
There's an Alliance training ground where one of the VIs...
Yeah, we're gonna
used to simulate
just kind
enemy
of
tactics.
skip through this.
How many
So,
cats?
VI, but I said, we need you to
Because we're
fight
not
your
gonna
way
do
through the
it.
training ground.
Don't
I
worry.
know the VI...
Damn.
Commander, I'm picking up a sig...
Oh yeah, no. No. Wrong one. Maybe it was Athens. Damn it. Gnosis. There we go, Farum. Gnosis, that's where it's at. I never can remember which one it is every single time I go into it. And get the boys together.
Commander, I'm picking up some strange readings. Really strange, like off the damn charts. It looks like it's coming from an underground complex a few clicks away from the drop zone.
Oh, the Mako. Here's hoping that this little fucker's a little bit better to use in the remaster. Which I love the Mako, but I like it I like the Mako a hell of a lot better than I do. Well, I kind of like the Mako better than I do the, what was that? What was the one called from, Andromeda? Damn. Nomad, that was it, the Nomad. I like the Nomad because it actually felt more like an actual rover car vehicle than the Mako did, but it was just like, I don't know, the Mako was just like so dependable. It could climb just about any damn thing. And then like in the Nomad, you had to actually upgrade the 6-wheel drive and the booster just to get up certain hills and do this and that. The environmental things that you faced where certain environments would affect your health and shit, all that I like, but I just didn't really like having to go through the extra effort of having to upgrade my 6-wheel drive just to drive it up a hill better, you know? It's just a little bit more tedious than I feel like it needed to be. Plus there wasn't a gun on it. And there's nothing like blowing shit up from a distance with this cannon. When in doubt about a vehicle, just throw a big gun on it, it gets a whole lot better. I ain't gonna worry about him. Screw him. I don't need to open the gate. Yeah, I'm on Xbox. I don't have it on PC, but the thing is, though, I've actually still got my original copies of all three of the originals from the 360 days, because I bought the Mass Effect 1. I think it had already been out for like maybe 6 months, and I literally just bought it by accident. Or not by accident, but it was by chance that I got it, not knowing what it was, taking a chance on it. Now, and then like 2 and 3, I bought the release day. I stayed with these games. I'm super excited because they announced the remastered trilogy earlier today, and I'm looking so forward to that. As soon as that thing drops for pre-order, I'm just gonna go ahead and pre-order. If there's a collector's edition, I'm gonna pre-order it. Because if I can afford it, I'm gonna get the collector's edition, and that's gonna sit on my shelf. And then I'm gonna get the just a regular copy of it to play, and I'm not even gonna open the collector's edition. Because I missed out on getting the collector's edition for 2 and 3, but I don't plan on missing out with this one. And oddly, and the funny thing too, or not really, it ain't funny, but I've actually, in the cases for the games, I've actually still got my, for 2 and 3 at least, I've still got the receipts from when I bought them on release day. And oddly enough, they haven't lost, the ink hasn't faded, they're still very much readable, so yeah, Mass Effect 2 and 3 both have their receipts from when they were bought. I bought every bit of all the DLC for all 3 games, even the Genesis comics, which I didn't need, but I bought anyway. Yeah, man, I'm a huge Mass Effect fan. I actually started streaming it early this morning because I actually woke up at like 5:30 a.m. my time, and I couldn't go back to sleep, so I thought, screw it, I'll just go ahead and stream. And the plan was I was actually going to stream long enough to actually beat the game, the main story of it, I mean. But like an hour and a half in, I started to get sluggish and sleepy again, falling asleep sitting here playing it. So I had to finally just log off and go back and get some rest for work. Okay, yeah, like I said, I'm going to be playing this through to the end. I'm not going to stop until I complete the main mission. So yeah, I'll probably still be here in a couple hours. And man, I understand. You got shit you got to do, man. I fully understand. Don't apologize. All right, thank you, sir. Take it easy. Damn it, get out of the Mako. Damn. Oh, shit. Wrong one. I don't know why. not gonna have Rex use a damn sniper rifle. It's just kind of stupid. Yeah, you too, man. Aw, damn. My kill. Back off. Switch back to normal weapons. Ambush! Okay, now I can say it. Ambush! God dang it, why does it always spawn me facing that way?
Negative contacts. Negative contacts. Visited a Prothean ruin before. Aside from the Citadel, I mean.
Completely forgot about the rocket troopers being here, or the drones, I mean.
Protheans sure build things.
played this game enough. I should have remembered that. I usually do. It's lost in thought process, I guess.
Hello? Could somebody help me? Can you hear me out there? I'm trapped. I need help.
Are you okay? What happened to you?
Listen, this thing I'm in is a Prothean security device. I cannot move, so I need you to get me out of it, all right?
Your mother is working with Saren. Whose side are you on?
What? I am not on anybody's side. I may be Benezia's daughter, but
Give
I'm
her that
nothing
third
like her.
degree just
I have
to
not spoken to her in
be
years.
that guy.
Please, just get me out of here.
How'd you end up in there?
I was exploring the ruins when the Geth showed up, so I hid in here.
By
Can
yourself?
you believe that? Geth beyond the veil! I activated the tower's defenses. I knew the barrier curtains would keep them out. When I turned it on, I must have hit something I wasn't supposed to. I was trapped in here. You must get me out, please!
We'll find some way to help you.
There is a control in here that should deactivate this thing. You'll have to find some way past the barrier curtain. That's the tricky part. The defenses cannot be shut off from the outside. I don't know how you'll get in here. Be careful. There is a Krogan with the Geth. They have been trying different ways to get past the barrier.
Ain't no Krogan can stop me.
Heads up!
God. Man. So I will say, eventually, at some point, I am going to get brave and I am going to try to beat. I've never tried it before, but I am going to try to beat Mass Effect on Insanity. Haha! I still remember that code. Kind of proud of myself on that one. I did that in one sequence. Still remember that code. Anyway, I am gonna get brave and try it on Insanity. Probably not the. I don't know if I'll do it with a new one, because I want to do it with the original that I have, just so I can get the hardcore and the Insanity achievements on here. Because those are literally the only achievements that I do not have out of all 3 Mass Effect games is the hard difficulty achievements, and I want to get those. So yeah, I'll try doing Insanity at some point.
How did you get in here? I didn't think there was any way past the barrier.
Okay. I'm gonna do this because I want to see what he says. I don't think I've ever actually chose this option before.
We blasted through with the mining laser.
Of course. Yes, that makes sense. Please, get me out of here
Okay,
before
never
more
mind.
Geth arrive. That button over there should
Which
shut
again,
down this containment field.
if that's supposed to be the Renegade response, that's why I was kind of okay with how they changed the dialogue in Andromeda, where instead of
Any idea how we get out of this place?
Paragon
There's an
Renegade,
elevator back
it
in the
was more
center of the
based on
tower.
emotion.
At least I
Because
think
that
it's
felt
an elevator.
more
It should
in
take us
line
out
with
of here.
what
Come on.
other stuff you could say that just kind of felt more personalized. I still would have
I
preferred
still
having
cannot
good
believe
and
all
bad
this.
choices,
Why would the Geth come after me?
at least in
Do you think Benezia's
some of the
involved?
situations.
Saren's looking for the conduit.
But the simple fact
You're
that you can
Prothean
make a choice
expert.
based on
Obviously,
which
he wants
emotion
you to
you
help
wanted
him
to
find
express,
The conduit,
just
but I don't
really
know.
just kind of brought in that custom character personality to me.
What the hell was that?
These ruins are not stable. That mining laser must have triggered a seismic event. We have to hurry. The whole place is caving in.
Joker, get the Normandy airborne and lock in on my signal. On the double, mister.
Aye, aye, Commander. Secure and away. ETA 8 minutes.
If I die in here, I'll kill him.
I love the shit Rex says. It's just like every single time that one of the biggest reasons that Rex and Garrus both are just like always my squad of choice is because of the shit they say to each other. Because it fits so well with just their dynamic personalities just collide like just so well. Especially in the third one, whenever you play the Citadel DLC and you get locked in the vault and you're arguing with one of them about how you sound and the other one's just kind of freaking out. It just so perfect.
In case you didn't notice, this place is falling apart.
Exhilarating, isn't it? Thanks for getting rid of those energy fields for us. Hand the doctor over.
Whatever it is you want, you are not getting it from me.
She'll stay with us, thanks.
Not an option. Saren wants her, and he always gets what he wants. Kill him. Spare the Asari if you can. If not, doesn't matter.
I'm not gonna lie. I am OP because I'm playing on, because I've already got all the armor and weapons unlocked at like max level, casual difficulty, so I'm just like blasting through everything with ease.
Too close, Commander. 10 more seconds we would have been swimming in molten sulfur. The Normandy isn't equipped to land in exploding volcanoes. They tend to fry our sensors and melt our hull. Just for future reference.
We almost died out there, and your pilot is making jokes?
Hell yes, he is. That's my favorite kind of dude. That's why I've never, at any job I've ever had, I've never been allowed to have a walkie-talkie or have access to the telecom, because I have that kind of personality when I'm trying to be serious. It just bleeds through and I can't help it.
Joker pulled our asses out of there. I think he's earned the right to a few bad jokes.
I see. It must be a human thing. I don't have a lot of experience dealing with your species, Commander. But I am grateful to you. You saved my life back there, and not just from the volcano. Those Geth would have killed me or dragged me off to Saren.
What did Saren want with you? Do you know something about the conduit?
Only that it was somehow connected to the Prothean extinction. That is my real area of expertise. I have spent the past 50 years trying to figure out what happened to them.
How old are you exactly?
I hate to admit it, but I am only 106.
Damn! I hope I look that good when I'm your age.
A century may seem like
Barely
a long
look that
time
good
to a
now.
short-lived species like yours. But
Damn,
among
that
the
was
Asari,
mean.
I am barely considered more than a child. That is why my research has not received the attention it deserves. Because of my youth, other Asari scholars tend to dismiss my theories on what happened to the Protheans.
I've got my own theory on why the Protheans disappeared.
With all due respect, Commander, I have heard every theory out there. The problem is finding evidence to support them. The Protheans left remarkably little behind. It is almost as if someone did not want the mystery solved. It is like someone came along after the Protheans were gone and cleansed the galaxy of clues. But here is the incredible part. According to my findings, the Protheans were not the first galactic civilization to mysteriously vanish.
This cycle began long before them.
Where'd you come up with this theory? I thought there wasn't any evidence.
I have been working on this for 50 years. I have tracked down every scrap and shred of evidence. Eventually, subtle patterns start to emerge, patterns that hint at the truth. It is difficult to explain to someone else. I cannot point to one specific thing to prove my case. It is more a feeling derived from a half-century of dedicated research. But I know I'm right, and eventually I will be able to prove it. There were other civilizations before the Protheans. This cycle has repeated itself many times over.
If the Protheans weren't the first, then who was?
I don't know. There is barely any evidence on the Protheans, even less on those who came before them. I cannot prove my theory, but I know I am right. The galaxy is built on a cycle of extinction.
Oh, you are, and
Each time
sorry.
a great civilization rises up, it is suddenly and violently cast down. Only ruins survive. The Protheans rose up from a single world until their empire spanned the entire galaxy. Yet even they climbed to the top on the remains of those who came before. Their greatest achievements, the mass relays and the Citadel, are based on the technology of those who came before them. And then, like all the other forgotten civilizations throughout galactic history, the Protheans disappeared. I have dedicated my life to figuring out why.
They were wiped out by a race of sentient machines. The Reapers.
Just like that, bubble pop.
The Reapers?
Peck.
But I have never heard of. How do you know this? What evidence do you have?
She spent like 3 minutes just going on about stuff she knew and all that, and then it's just like in one simple sentence, I just pecked that bubble real quick.
There was a damaged Prothean beacon on Eden Prime. It burned a vision into my brain. I'm still trying to sort out what it all means.
Visions. Yes, that makes sense. The beacons were designed to transmit information directly into the mind of the user. Finding one that still works is extremely rare. No wonder the Geth attacked Eden Prime. The chance to acquire a working beacon, even a badly damaged one, is worth almost any risk. But the beacons were only programmed to interact with Prothean physiology. Whatever information you received would have been confused, unclear. I am amazed you were able to make sense of it at all. A lesser mind would have been utterly destroyed by the process. You must be remarkably strong-willed, Commander.
Okay, this isn't helping us find Saren or the conduit.
Of course, you are right. I am sorry,
Yeah,
my
that's
scientific curiosity got the better of me. Unfortunately, I do not have any information that could help you find the conduit, or Saren.
I don't know why Saren wanted you out of the picture, but I think we'll be a lot better off if we bring you along.
Thank you, Commander. Saren might come after me again. I cannot think of anywhere safer than here on your ship. And my knowledge of the Protheans might be useful later on.
And her biotics will come in handy when the fighting starts.
More
Good
foreshadowing.
to have you on the team, Liara.
Thank you, Commander. I am very grateful. Oh, I am afraid I am feeling a bit lightheaded.
When was the last time you ate or slept? Dr. Chakwa should take a look at you.
It is probably just mental exhaustion, coupled with the shock of discovering the Protheans' true fate. I need some time to process all this. Still, it could not hurt to be examined by a medical professional. It will give me the chance to think things over. Are we finished here, Commander?
We can talk again after you've seen the doctor. The rest of you, dismissed.
Mission reports are filed, Commander. You want me to patch you through to the Council?
Patch him through, Joker.
Setting up the link now, Commander.
We've received your report, Commander. I understand Dr. Tassoni is on the Normandy.
I assume you're taking the necessary security precautions.
Screw you, it's my ship.
Liara's on our side. The Geth were trying to kill her.
Benezia would never allow Saren to kill her daughter.
He called her
Maybe she doesn't
Liara.
know.
I have
Or
never
maybe
catch
we
that
don't know
before.
her. We never expected she could become a traitor.
At least the mission was a success.
Never caught that
Apart
before,
from
let me
the utter
rephrase.
destruction of a major Prothean ruin. Was that really necessary, Shepard?
The Geth were
cares?
crawling all over those ruins. We were lucky to make it out alive.
Of course, Commander. The mission must always take priority.
Good luck, Commander. Remember, we are all counting on you.
Now let's go talk to the crew again. Actually, real quick, I just want to go see Joker just to see whatever he says when I first walk up to him. Which I know what he says, but it's still entertaining.
I prefer gold to silver, you know, for my medal. I figured you'd recommend me for one since I pulled your boots out of the fire.
If we present you with a medal, you'll end up sitting on stage listening to politicians make speeches for a couple of hours. Fun.
That's a good point. They'd probably make me shave, too. I spent the last 7 weeks working on this baby. No medal's worth that. So, Commander, why don't you tell me why you're really here?
I grew a beard in 7 weeks. It takes me almost a year just to have something even remotely close to looking like that.
I have to go.
All right, see you.
Go talk to Kaidan. Kaidan's pretty cool. I like Kaidan. I like him a hell of a lot more than Ashley.
Anything you need, Commander?
Just trying to get a sense of where the crew's at. Thoughts?
Is this an official evaluation, Commander? Or off the record?
Alenko, when it's just you and me, you can consider it off the record.
That's a generous attitude. Okay. I think there's something wrong with all this. This Saren is looking for records on some kind of galactic extinction, but we can't get backup from the Council? Sorry, Commander. There's writing on the wall here, but someone isn't reading it.
Yeah, Pink Floyd saw it.
The Council doesn't want to believe anything's wrong. I'd call it human nature, but...
I hear you. It just seems like a group that's been around as long as the Council should see this coming. Sorry if I got too informal. Protocol wasn't a big focus back in Bot.
Tell me about it.
Biotic acclimation and temperance didn't last past the airlock. To the kids they hauled in, it was brain camp. Sorry, hauled in is unkind. We were encouraged to commit to an evaluation of our abilities so an understanding of biotics could be compiled. There are worse results of accidental exposure to Element Zero in the womb. Beats the brain tumors some kids grew up with.
Total Recall?
Is there some question about how you were exposed?
My mother was downwind of a transport crash. It was before there were human biotics, a little after the discovery of the Martian ruins. It only gets iffy around 63 when Kinetics was running out of first-gen subjects. Until then, they'd relied on accidentals. A bunch of guys in suits show up at your door after school, and next thing you know, you're out on Jump Zero.
Jump Zero is Gagarin Station, right? What's it like?
Yeah, that's the official name. Biggest and farthest facility we had for decades. Right on the termination shock, the outer edge of the solar system. It's where they did all the Goose Chase FTL research before we caught on to using mass effect fields. It was a sterile research platform when I was there.
There were other kids in the same boat, right? At least you weren't alone out there.
That's true. We did have a little circle that'd get together every night before lights out. We didn't have much to do, though. It was a research platform then, and Kinetics kept Jump Zero off the extranet to prevent leaks.
Then you must have had plenty of time to get to know each other.
Yeah, we'd sit around and bull every night after dinner, play cards or network games. There was this girl named Rana, who had a little circle grow up around her. She was from Turkey. Her family was very rich. But she was smart and charming as hell. Beautiful, but not stuck up about it. I think you'd have liked her.
Sounds like she was special to you.
She was. Maybe she felt the same. But things never felt together. Training, you know.
You know of any intentional exposures for certain?
No one knows. Doesn't mean they didn't happen. As big as the exposures were, it was hard to track down accidentals. It was different then. No one knew the potential, so there wasn't a lot of regulation. Anything Kinetics did was gold. I'm not saying they intentionally detonated drives over our outposts, but in retrospect, they were damn quick on the scene.
Jump Zero's a long way from home. What was it like?
The grand gateway to humanity looks a lot better in the vids. But that's my own baggage, Commander. No bearing on this.
Alenko, there's no regulation that says you can't be friends with your commander.
I appreciate that, Commander. I just don't want you to think that I'm a whiner.
Too late.
I've
Anyway.
got my past squared away.
Commander, are you coming to check up on me?
You look much better. How are you feeling?
Dr. Chakwas assures me I am going to be fine. I was impressed with her knowledge of Asari physiology.
You're in good hands. Dr. Chakwas knows what she's doing.
I never properly thanked you for saving me from the Geth, Commander. If you hadn't shown up,
I'm just glad we got there in time.
so am I. I know you took a chance bringing me aboard this ship. I have seen the way your crew looks at me. They do not trust me. But I am not like Benezia. I will do whatever I can to help you stop Saren. I promise.
Don't worry, Liara. I trust you. I know you won't let me down.
It means a lot to hear you say that, Commander. Thank you.
Do you know why Benezia joined up with Saren?
I don't understand it. She was always outspoken about the need for the Asari to become more involved in shaping galactic events. Maybe she thought aligning herself with Saren would somehow be for the greater good in the long run. At least I hope so.
This hurts you, doesn't it?
None of this makes any sense to me. I have not spoken to Benezia in many years, but I know her, and this was not like her. Something changed.
I'd like to know more about the Asari.
We were the first species to discover the Citadel. We were instrumental in forming the Council, and we always strive to be the voice of peaceful cooperation in galactic disputes. My people believe we are all part of a single galactic community. Each species contributes something to the greater whole.
He says that,
Although
and
we
yet
seek to
most of the
understand
major
other
psycho
species,
bitches you meet
it
throughout
seems few of them seek to understand
trilogy
us.
are all
The
sorry.
galaxy is filled with rumors and misinformation about my people.
Like what?
Most of the inaccuracies are centered around our mating rituals. My species is monogendered. Male and female have no real meaning for us. We still require a partner to reproduce. This second parent, however, may be of any species and any gender.
I don't understand. Your species can mate with anyone?
Mating is not quite the proper term, not as you understand it. Physical contact may or may not be involved, but it is not an essential element of the union. The true connection is mental. Our physiology allows us to meld with other beings. We can touch the very depths of their minds. We explore the genetic memory of their species. We share the most basic elements of their individual and racial identities. We then pass these traits on to our daughters. It is how we learn to grow as a species and how we develop a greater understanding of other races.
What happens to your partner after the union?
Every relationship is different. Some unions are a single encounter with both parents parting ways afterwards. Others can be more long-term. Sometimes an Asari and her partner will stay together for many decades.
Do you know who Matriarch Benezia chose as her partner?
She rarely spoke of her partner. Though I know my father, if you want to use that term, was another Asari.
Benezia never told you her partner's name?
Union with our own kind is no longer common, not for the purposes of reproduction. Most Asari believe it weakens our species. Asari daughters inherit racial traits from the father species. If both parents are Asari, then nothing has been gained, or so conventional wisdom would hold. I am what is sometimes called a pureblood, though no Asari would ever be cruel enough to say the word to my face. It is a great insult among my people. It is possible Benezia's partner was embarrassed by their union. She may have been too ashamed to publicly acknowledge me as her offspring.
Maybe she wanted to meet you, but couldn't. Something could have happened to her. Maybe she passed away.
You might be right. I hope you are. But I have no way to know for sure. Benezia never spoke of her partner. Whatever happened, it caused her too much pain to dwell on it. She raised me by herself, though that is not uncommon. Many Asari raise their children alone, particularly if the father species is short-lived. Often the partner will pass on long before the child reaches maturity.
You Asari live for 1,000 years. What happens when your partner dies?
Few sapient species live as long as my kind. We have learned to take a philosophical approach to our unions. We do not focus on the inevitable loss of our partners. Instead, we enjoy the time we spend with them. And even after they're gone, a part of them lives on in us. The union is a connection that transcends both time and space.
Do you know why Benezia
I
joined
don't understand it. Maybe she thought allying herself with Saren would somehow be...
This hurts you.
I'm
None
just
of
going
this
to try to
makes
get
any
through this
sense
just
to
so
me.
I can get the opportunity. There we
I have
go.
not spoken to Benezia in many years, but I know her. And this was not like her. Something changed.
Tell me about yourself, Liara.
Me? I am afraid I am not very interesting, Commander. I spend most of my time on remote digs, unearthing mundane items buried in long-forgotten Prothean ruins.
Sounds dangerous. And lonely.
Sometimes I would run afoul of indigenous life forms or stumble across a small band of mercenaries or privateers, but I was always careful. Until the Geth followed me to Artemis Tau, I never found myself in any situation my biotics could not handle. As for the solitude, well, that is one aspect that most appealed to me. Sometimes I just need to get away from other people.
Definitely understand that.
You don't like other people?
I suppose it comes from being a
Nope.
matriarch's daughter. People expected me to follow in Benezia's footsteps. They wanted me to become a leader of our people. Matriarchs guide their followers into the future. They seek the truth of what is yet to come. Maybe that's why I became so interested in the secrets of the past. It sounds so foolish when I say it out loud. It sounds like I became an archaeologist simply to spite Benezia.
All children rebel against their parents. It's a natural part of growing up.
Aha, you share the wisdom of the matriarch, Shepard. That is exactly what Benezia said when I told her of my decision. But there was more to it than that. I felt drawn to the past. The Protheans were these wondrous, mysterious figures. I wanted to know everything about them. That is why I find you so fascinating. You were marked by the beacon on Eden Prime. You were touched by working Prothean technology.
Sounds like you want to dissect me in a lab somewhere.
What? No, I did not mean to insinuate. I never meant to offend you, Shepard. I only meant that you would be an interesting specimen for an in-depth study. No, that's even worse.
Calm down, Liara. I was only joking.
Joking?
Yeah.
Oh, by the goddess, how could I be so dense? You must think I am a complete and utter fool. Now you know why I prefer to spend my time in the field with data disks and computers. I always seem to say something embarrassing around other people. Please, just pretend this conversation never happened.
Too
I
late.
should go.
Goodbye, Shepard.
Yeah, Liara's Bay number 2. Because you can't romance Tally in the first one, so, yeah. I'm hoping they might throw in the option to do that, a new one. Because I want to be able to carry a relationship with her through all 3 games.
Commander, how are you?
Why did you want to be a CSEC officer in the first place?
That's a good question. There were several reasons, I guess.
Like what?
Probably the same as most officers. I wanted to fight injustice, wanted to help people. I guess my father had something to do with it, too. He was CSEC, one of the best. I grew up hearing about his accomplishments or seeing his picture on the vids after a big arrest. He's taking my resignation pretty hard.
That's tough. but you'd think he'd be impressed you're going after Saren.
My father's a C-Sec man to the bone. Do things right, or don't do them at all, he says. He thinks I'm being too rash, too impatient. He's worried I'll become just like Saren. He actually talked me out of becoming a Spectre when I was younger, for the same reasons.
You were asked to be a Spectre?
Well, I was targeted as a possible Spectre candidate. Me and about 1,000 other Turian military recruits. I could have received special training, but my father didn't like it. He despises the Spectres. He hates the idea of someone having unlimited power with no accountability. He wouldn't like you, Commander. No offense.
I suppose I can understand his concern.
You can. But Saren's not going to play by our rules, C-Sec's rules. If you want to nail Saren, you need to send someone who isn't restricted by policies and procedures.
Just because you can break the rules doesn't mean you
Much
should.
as I do, as much as I agree
don't
with
need
him,
to stoop to Saren's
I'm
level
gonna
to
stay
stop
goody
him.
two shoes.
And neither do you, Garrus.
I see what you mean, but I'll think about it. Thanks, Commander.
Commander, you have a minute to talk?
I keep an open door policy. If you have any concerns, lay them on me.
All right. I know things are different aboard the Normandy, but I'm concerned about the aliens, Vakarian and Rex. With all due respect, Commander, should they have
Oh
full
boy,
access to the
here
ship?
we go.
They may not serve the Alliance, Chief, but they're allies. At least as far as Saren goes.
This is the most advanced ship in the Alliance Navy. I don't think we should give them free rein to poke around the vital systems. Engines, sensors, weapons.
Oh man, I really want to do it. Yeah, fuck
That's
this
enough,
bitch.
Chief. You always second-guess your superiors?
Sir! No, sir. I'm sorry, I was out of line. I'll get back to my duties, Commander.
Yeah, serves you right. Sorry, I dislike her with a passion.
So, we've got Saren on the run.
It won't be long now. Saren's good, but I'm better.
Good? He's rotten. To the core. I could tell as soon as I met him.
Why didn't you tell me this sooner?
I would have if I thought it was important.
I think I'd like to hear about it just the same.
This was a while ago. A bunch of
Again,
mercs
why do I gotta
were
sound like
bragging
a
about
dick
job
when I don't mean
out near
to?
the edges of the Terminus systems. They said it paid well, and the boss was never around to ride them. They said he was looking for more men, too. So I checked it out.
I didn't know Saren was openly recruiting mercs.
It wasn't that open, and he only showed his face once. We'd been raiding ships in the area for months when we took out this massive cargo freighter. Our biggest haul yet. I was on board checking bodies for valuables, looking for some extra credits. That's when I saw him.
What did Saren want with the ship?
I don't know what he wanted. He was just moving through the ship, watching. Couple of the mercs called him by name, but he never spoke to them. Never spoke to anyone. I had a really bad feeling about him, so I got the hell out. Didn't even wait to get paid.
Whose ship was it?
There was a Volus trading vessel. Big one. Lots of guards. But they were no match for us.
What kind of cargo was the freighter carrying? What was Saren after?
I don't know. All I saw on that ship was food and medical supplies. There were some basic weapons, but nothing big. If there was anything of value on that ship, I didn't see it. That's why I didn't mention it sooner.
That's the only time you saw him?
Yeah. Didn't even know who he was. Still wouldn't if I hadn't joined up with you. But my instincts were right. Every other merc on that mission turned up dead within a week. Every damn one.
So long, Rex.
Shepard.
Uh-huh. And let's talk to Bay number 1. Priority Bay.
Oh, hello, Shepard.
Are you okay?
I don't know. Your ship is amazing, and your crew's been really great to me, especially your chief engineer. But I just sort of feel out of place. The Normandy runs so smooth it feels like we're not even moving, and the engines are so quiet. How do you sleep at night?
Good.
The silence wakes you up?
Back on the flotilla, the last thing you want to hear is silence. It means an engine's died or an air filter shut down. I guess you don't have to worry about that here. But old habits die hard. But it's more than just the silence. This ship feels so empty. It's like half the crew is missing. Back home, I couldn't wait to go on my pilgrimage. I couldn't wait to get away from the crowds. Now that I'm out here, I kind of miss them.
Sometimes we don't appreciate what we have until it's gone.
That's true. I'm starting to wonder if that's what the pilgrimage is really about. It's given me a whole new perspective on my people and our culture. You know, there's always a few who go on their pilgrimages and never return. I always assumed something bad happened to them, but maybe they just wanted a different life.
You do plan to return to the migrant fleet, right?
I could never abandon my people, Shepard. I will go back eventually, but we have to stop Saren first. Otherwise, I might not have a home to go back to.
I should go.
See you later.
Alright then. Now we can get back up to the bridge and head off to the next mission. Next, we're actually just going to go ahead and go to Pharaohs. I like doing Noveria as the third one because it's got the whole thing with Benezia, and I take Liara with me. I think we're going to go ahead and just skip Asteroid X-57 for this, since, like I said, it's not really anything that bears on the main story. It's just extra stuff. Because we're wanting to just do the main stuff right now. So we're going to go to Pharos next, then it'll be Noveria, then Vermeer, and then we'll initiate the end game. Point of no return.
Message coming in. Patching it through.
Commander Shepard.
Yeah.
My name is Nasana. If you're interested in hearing my op...
Yeah, we're gonna skip that as well. Not gonna deal with Nasana on this run. It's going for Pharaohs. Alright, so once I get on the ground and get out of the airlock, I'm going to pause for about maybe 10 minutes just so I can go run to the restroom and see if I can find me a little snacky snack, because it's 1 a.m. my time, so I haven't eaten anything in a little bit, so I just want to get me a little pick-me-up.
Equalizing interior pressure with exterior atmosphere. Logged. The commanding officer is ashore. Exo Presley has the deck.
Yeah, Has to be a good spot. Yep, just gonna step away for about 10 minutes. Shall be back shortly. Hang in there. Stay tuned. Alright, we're back. Threw me some chicken in the air fryer. So I'll probably be eating that here in about 30-35 minutes.
We saw your ship. Faidan wants to speak with you immediately.
Who's Faidan?
He's our leader. He needs your help to prepare for the Geth. They're making another push. Please, up the stairs past the freighter.
Dead. Fuck him up.
Head to the tunnels. Make sure they're secure. But what if I find Geth there?
So I was actually,
Oh, Commander. I'm glad they finally sent somebody to help us.
You're a bit late, aren't you?
Arcelia. Sorry, Commander. Everyone's on edge since...
Watch out! We've got Geth in the
I
tower!
I just rewatched the trailer for like the umpteenth time of the remaster trilogy, the legendary. And like I did notice something that was actually interesting. Now it shows Garrus twice. He's the only squad member that gets shown twice in the trailer. But what I noticed was that both times the visor over his eye was actually the visor from ME3, where it had the rounded end, like that's I would say above his eye. Because in this one, let me see if well, actually I got him in the menu. Because in this one, the original, shit, wrong one. In this one, it's square because of the texture restraints, I guess. So they showed him twice in the trailer. The first time we saw it from that angle on his left side, so we saw the visor with his face. But the second time we saw the other side of his face where his face had been damaged. So I'm wondering, which you couldn't tell real good because of the angle that you first saw him at. I'm wondering if his face is damaged, because if it's not damaged in that first frame that you see him in the trailer, then that means there's cats on my stomach. Then that means that he was remastered from the original Mass Effect to be more texture friendly, more texture advanced, to look more like he did in ME3, which is a really good sign that we actually are getting a full like textured remake of the first Mass Effect. Beers.
We should
do that
update
right now,
Faidan on the
Beerus.
situation before we move on to wherever the Geth are bunkered. He's the
Damn
closest
it,
thing left to
Beerus.
proper channels.
But yeah, I noticed that a minute ago after I watched it again for the umpteenth time. Beerus. Sweetie, Beerus. I love you, but you're being a nuisance right now. Damn it, Beerus. Stop looking at my controller. I know what those eyes mean.
The tower's secure. Thanks to you, Commander.
I'm just glad your colony is safe.
I appreciate your concern and your efforts against the Geth.
They may have been slowed, but they'll be back. They always come back.
Help me find what the Geth are after, and you'll all get out of here alive.
We don't know what they're after. They came, they attacked us, that's all we know. Their main base is at the ExoGeni headquarters. A good place to start looking if you want answers.
I can feel the cat staring
What's
at
ExoGeni?
me.
It's
And
the
I'm
company
one part
most of us
uncomfortable
worked for before
and another
the
part
attacks. They
kind of
fund this
shameful that I'm
colony.
not giving her attention.
The Skyway leads directly to ExoGeni headquarters. You can't miss it.
Of course, there's an army of Geth between here and there.
I didn't expect this would be easy.
Then maybe I can get this colony operational again.
We'll get going then.
Good luck, Commander.
Well, actually, I ain't gonna worry about the nitty-gritty details. Everybody knows that ExoGeni is the company that is established here, and it's one of the major companies that we hear about throughout the trilogy.
Watch out!
But yeah, that's really got me curious.
I don't know how much more I can take.
I want to know if he was made that way just for the trailer, or if that actually
And now
is
to the Geth base.
something
an intelligent mind.
the Garrus character model from Mass Effect, the actual Mass Effect 1 that's going to be in the Legendary Edition. It is, yes, we are getting a full top-to-bottom re-rendering, re-vectored, whatever you want to say. We're getting a full visual redo to the point that it's going to be on the same graphic quality as the 3. And that's going to be just, it's going to be fucking awesome. I'll just say it that way, just straight up. Darius, I can't do it with you leaning against the controller, sweetie. Dang it, Darius, stop it.
But I still can't get a fix on it.
Any sign of movement? Lisbon could still be in there. It's only been a few days.
Here's why I'm trying to play Mass Effect for my fans.
I'll wait as long as I have to.
My fan, rather, right now. There's only one here. Damn, that was smooth.
We've got movement. Some kind of vehicle. Not one of the Geth.
They must be close enough to see us.
Bears, stop it.
We need to find the Geth.
Why are you doing this? Well, I know why you're doing it.
That's close enough.
Relax, Jong. They're obviously not Geth.
Get back, Juliana. Who are you? What do you want?
Commander Shepard, I'm here to remove your
You
Geth
just
problem.
stop digging your claws in my stomach.
see?
It hurts.
You worry
Stop it.
too much.
And you trust too easily, Juliana.
I'm just glad to see a friendly face. I
Ow,
thought we were the only
Darius,
humans
damn it.
left on this planet.
Alright, you're going on the floor. I can't deal with you sitting on my stomach like that. You're digging your claws into me, little shit. Why in the hell did you just jump back up here?
Lydan and some of the members of Zoo's Hope are still alive.
You
I
need
thought
to
you
stop
said
it.
they were all dead.
I said they were probably all dead.
They're surviving, but the Geth really hit them
Really?
hard.
We know what that's like.
She's gonna
Those
prop
damn
yourself up in my
synthetics are
arm like that. Is
relentless.
that it?
I'll do whatever I can to keep them away from you. But I need some information.
Ow.
What kind of information?
Ignore him. The Geth are up in the ExoGeni headquarters, just a bit further along the Skyway.
Those
I
headquarters
gotta put on my
are private
hoodie just so
property,
that way you
soldier.
can cuddle up to me and it won't hurt. It won't hurt me as bad.
I'm not interested in your company's secrets.
Commander, before you go, my daughter, Lisbeth, she's missing.
They shouldn't waste time poking around. We can do a proper accounting of our casualties after the
Please
Geth are
don't slip my cord.
That's my daughter you're
I'm pretty sure you're purring
She's
into the
still
mic
alive.
from where you're at. Move this mic over here. Maybe that'll be a little bit better.
Where is your daughter, Juliana?
She was working
Stop!
in the
Don't you
ExoGeni
play with
building
that.
when the attacks
That
came.
is not to be played with.
Oh, yeah, there were several places
I
she
seen
could
you
hide.
reaching for that mic. You better stop.
For a short time.
If she's in there, I'll get her out.
What a dick.
Thank you, Commander. Thank you.
Do you know what the Geth are after?
I have no idea.
Stop
we
it.
certainly haven't
Stop
found
it.
anything of use.
You're
Something
gonna have to
Exogeny is
quit
keen
that.
to remind us of.
You better stop that.
We
I'll
need
throw
to
you in the
recoup
floor.
our expenses.
Quit
These are
it.
Personal.
Stay bunkered
Yeah,
down
really
until I
hard
find
to
out what
know.
the Geth are after.
Of course. And please remember, if you see my daughter,
Yeah, I'll get her. Don't worry. Ferris. Quit it. Stop it. Okay, you're going on the floor. You won't stop playing with my microphone. Quit it. Oops. Love that cat to death, but damn. Crap. Get off the wall. There we go. No, there we go. Straighten up. Straighten up. Okay, we're good. Slow shit up.
Skyway's crawling with Geth. Package is secure. We're leaving now.
Wait! Shut down the comm! We've got incoming Geth! Damn it! Shut down the comm!
About to do a full Stone Cold Steve Austin up in here. Just arrive, raise hell, and leave. There we go.
The Geth certainly don't waste time.
What are they up to? There's no point to this unless they're looking for something.
Ooh, excuse me.
Cover me.
Swat this annoying fly. Switch Rex to his shotgun.
We can't scratch this field. We need another way in. This looks like a one-way drop, Commander.
Damn it! I'm so sorry. I thought you were Geth, or one of those Baron.
You're safe now. But why were you here in the first place?
It's my own fault. Everyone else was running, and I stayed to back up data. Next thing I knew, the Geth ship latched on, and the power went out. I was trapped. I tried to get out, but the way was blocked.
We'll get you out as soon as we find out what the Geth are after.
It's not the Geth, it's the energy field they put up. They don't want anyone else getting access to the...
Tell me.
I'm here for the Geth. It's very important I find out what they're after.
I don't know for certain, but I'm guessing they're here for the Thorian.
What's a Thorian?
It's an indigenous life form. Exogeny was studying it.
What else can you tell me? Do you know where I can find this Thorian?
I might be able to, but not with those Geth crawling around everywhere. Look, we need to get out of here, past that field.
Do you know how we can shut it down?
No, not exactly. But I think the Geth ship is powering it. I've noticed the Geth laying power cables everywhere. You could follow those cables, but there's Geth all over the place.
Tell me what you know about the Thorian.
I really don't know that much about it. I think it's some kind of plant being. I know it's very old, thousands of years even.
Tell me about yourself.
I'm just a research assistant for ExoGeni. I came here with my mother. I don't even know if she made it out alive.
She's with some others from the colony. She's safe for now.
She's alive? Oh, thank God. I thought I was the only one left. Please, Commander, just get that field down so I can see my mother again.
Why do you think the Geth would be interested in the Thorian?
It's just a plant. I don't know why the Geth would care. ExoGeni was studying it, but I don't think they found anything special.
You stay put. I'll go open some doors.
Oh, here, take my ID.
Fire.
This should get you past any locked doors.
She lying.
Good luck with that field.
I remember the first time
Access encrypted files.
that I came to Pharos on my very first playthrough. The music with the environment creeped me the hell out so bad.
Damn it! Tell me what I want or I'll blast your virtual ass into actual dust!
Please contact your supervisor for a level 4 security exemption, or make an appointment with...
Stupid machine!
If there is nothing else, please step aside. There is a queue forming behind you for the use of this console.
Way to get my position. I mean, I know it's an A, I know it's a VI, but still.
ExoGeni Corporation reminds
I don't
all
know why I
staff that
grabbed
the
that,
discharging
but
of
oh
weapons
well.
while on company property is strictly forbidden. Welcome back, Research Assistant Elizabeth Bainham. What can I do for you?
What information was the last user attempting to access?
Fetching data. The previous user was attempting to access details on the study of subject species 37, the Thorian.
Tell me everything you told the Krogan.
I was unable to provide the previous user with any relevant data.
Cold chill.
Aside from lacking proper access, there has been no new data available on species 37. All sensors monitoring the observation post at Zoo's Hope have been inactive for several cycles.
What does Zeus Hope have to do with the Thorian?
Species 37 is located within the substructure of the Zoo's Hope outpost.
Tell me everything you know about the Thorian.
The Thorian is a simple plant life form that exhibits a sentient behavior uncommon with other flora. Through dispersion and the eventual inhalation of spores, it can affect and control other organisms, including humans. The Zoo's Hope control group has yielded interesting results. Before sensors went offline, almost 85% of all test subjects were infected.
Are you saying ExoGeni knew its people were getting infected?
It was deemed necessary to assess the true potential of species 37.
That's why they were acting so strange.
You should contact Joker.
Joker. Come in, Joker. Damn it, that field's blocking us.
We've got to drop that shield and get back to the outpost.
VI, what can you tell me about the Geth ship and the field it's generating?
I have limited data on the Geth. They have effectively blocked all sensors within the facility. I have detected unusual power fluctuations, but am unable to determine the source.
Please access my personal files.
Elizabeth Bainham, Research Assistant, Biomedical Division, Security Level 4 exemption. You are currently under probation due to disagreements with management over established company policy. These sanctions may be lifted if your next evaluation is more agreeable.
What triggered the probation?
You were marked as combative about the operations of the Zoo's Hope project, specifically regarding the handling of the infected colonists. As a result, you were tasked with monitoring the safety of the colonists for the duration of the observation.
That's enough for now.
Going to standby mode.
Or to kill.
Looks like they're using these claws to anchor that ship to the side of the building.
The Geth don't waste much finessing their landings. How do we cut the power if it's coming from the ship?
We need a way to give it a kick. Let's check the other claws. Damn things can't be perfect.
This place seems almost peaceful. Do you think the Geth were using this room as some kind of religious temple?
Whatever. I ain't here to learn their customs.
So yeah, that's obviously reminiscent of a Reaper. As for the glowing light, no
This
idea.
place seems almost peaceful. Do you think the Geth were using this room as some kind of religious temple?
Whatever. I ain't here to learn their customs.
Shutting them down.
Ah, where's that bastard?
Dead and done. Just the way I like 'em. Look out!
Krogan! Dead Krogans. Wait, what did... Oh, yeah, I didn't have to come up here. What was the right way to go then? Oh, this way. Whoopsie.
This claw is identical to the last. We'll have to keep going.
Yes, but I can chop it off here.
Seems like a containment lab of sorts, Commander.
It's no armory, but tear up even one claw and that ship is gone.
Alright, here comes this fun part. Gotta get the pressure correct. And I gotta remember, there's a pattern actually to the...
survivors in this basin.
Remember. Oh, wait. It's numbered. Okay, never mind. Let me see. 24 and 7. That's it. Yeah.
Exceptional, Commander.
Uh-huh.
The fields will be down. We can go deal with this Thorian creature now.
This was my kind of mission. Kill a bunch of Geth and end things off with a huge crash.
Keep your guard up. There still might be a few Geth inside the base.
I repeat, Normandy to shore party. Are you reading? Anyone there? Normandy to shore party. Come on, Commander, talk to me.
Is that you, Joker? What's going on over there?
We're in lockdown here, Commander. Something happened to the colonists. They're banging on the hull, trying to claw their way inside the ship. They're freaking out.
They can't do any real damage. We're on our way back. Just hold your position.
Yeah, okay. Well, we'll just wait right here for you, Commander.
This place will be crawling with Geth in a minute. Keep together and we'll get out of here in one piece.
I just head back through.
There you are. We should get out of here. I don't think this place is safe.
I need some answers. You knew more about the Thorian than you let on.
Yeah.
I was afraid. I wanted to stop the tests, but they threatened me. Told me I'd be next. When the Geth attacked, I stayed behind to send a message to Colonial Affairs. I tried to tell them where to find the Thorian, but the power cut before I could send the message. I never meant for this to happen.
You did what you could. I'll help them, if you can tell me where to find the Thorian.
The Thorian is underneath Zoo's Hope, but the entrance is blocked. The colonists covered it with the freighter just before the Geth attacked.
But why are the Geth after the Thorian? What could Saren want with it?
Well, it does have unique mind control capabilities. That's what Exogeny was interested in.
Normandy to shore party, come in.
What is it, Joker?
We're getting a lot of Geth comm chatter. Looks like they're headed your way.
Thanks for the heads up, Joker. You heard the man. Let's move out.
I'm coming with you. I might be able to help. Undo the mess I helped create.
I guess you can come with me. I did tell your mom I'd bring you back. Alright then. Easy squeezy, lemon easy. Or is it easy peasy lemon squeezy? I think that's what I meant to say. I had a moment of dyslexia. Oh yeah, they're in the bunker there. Let the rat bastards hide. Whoa! I don't know what the hell just happened, but okay.
Is there anybody? Is there anyone
That was
picking
weird.
this up? Get away from that radio!
What was that all about?
This is Juliana Bainham of Pharaoh's Colony. Please help us.
That's my mom! Stop! Stop, Grover!
Ah, you're a nuisance.
You can't do this, John.
Everyone shut up! Let me think.
What's going on?
You won't get away with this.
Get her out of here!
Get away from her, you son of a bitch!
Lisbeth!
Damn it! Come out where I can see you! All of you! Shepard, damn it. I knew it was too much to hope the Geth would kill you. I found some interesting facts about you in the Exogeny database. I know it happened on Akuz. This doesn't have to end like that.
We can talk this out. Nobody needs to get hurt.
You don't understand. It's not that easy.
I like how he just tried to
Communications are back
immediately
up.
be like a
Exogeny wants this place
fucking
purged.
peacekeeping negotiator, and he's the one being all hostile.
It's not just you. There's something here far more valuable than a few colonists.
You're after the one unique thing Pharos has, the Thorian.
The what?
It's a telepathic life form living under Zeus Hope. It's taking control of the colonists there. Exogeny knew all along.
You won't get away with this, Jong.
So you keep saying, but nobody's gonna miss a few colonists.
Can't you see the inherent potential in this colony? Think of the promotional opportunities.
Opportunities?
Use
What
that
the hell are you
silver
talking
tongue.
about?
They recovered from an alien attack on a frontier world. Add that to your company profile.
Well, yeah. No one's ever gone broke playing the champion of humanity card.
Sadly, you'd probably make a killing. But if it will let us get back to our lives, I'm for it.
It just might work. Wait, no, but the infected colonists will throw a bit of a wrench in that plan. No, they need to disappear.
You can't just kill the colonists. It's not their fault.
If you kill only the Thorian, it might be enough to stop the infection. Maybe.
It's worth a try, but I don't know if I can avoid harming the colonists.
There has to be another way.
Maybe there is. Come and talk to me before you leave, Commander.
Just make sure there's no evidence when you're done.
I'm glad you've decided to help us. I think there's a way to avoid killing the colonists.
What did you have in mind?
I think you could safely use a nerve agent to neutralize the colonists.
Like a gas grenade.
Sounds good. I'll do what I can.
Excellent. Thank you
I don't
so
think
much,
I even
Commander.
unequipped it from my last run.
We'll stay out of your way until you clear it.
Let's see. Yeah, no, I've still got it from my last run. Let's head on back and put a bunch of colonists to sleep. I shoot, you blow up. That easy. I can tell you though, when you're playing on casual and you got yourself maxed out with all the best weapons and armor, that pinnacle, you make that pinnacle station, you can make it your bitch. Straight up.
What was that creature? It certainly wasn't human.
No hitting the colonists, even if the Thorian makes them fire on us. That's what the gas grenades are for.
Very well, Commander. Let's go.
Because, like when you're that maxed out, you can literally just not die. Like, I know that whenever I do, oh shit, I just realized what I just did. Oh well. I realized what I just did. I just started firing on the colonists without even paying attention. I was just lost in what I was talking about. But yeah, we'll go back and I'll skip through all this other crap just so we can just get back to where we was. But I know in the time trial in the Pinnacle Station, when you're fully well equipped, I usually have to try to actually die, and I usually do that by hitting myself with grenades.
There you are. We should get out of here. I don't think this place...
I need some... You...
The colonists covered...
Yeah, let's skip through all this crap. Yeah, I still can't believe I made that mistake. I just started firing on the colonists, just didn't even think about it until after I'd done it. Because what it was I was looking for a grenade box because I figured there'd be one right there close to them. I thought there was. And while I was looking for it, I was like, wait a minute, wasn't I supposed to just use those? And that's when it hit me. My brain just had a full-on jet lag. You know what? Screw you guys. I don't even care. You don't even scare me. Didn't even phase my shields. Oh, get back up.
Is there anybody? Is there anyone picking this up? Get away from that radio! What was... This is Juliana Batum of Pharaoh's Colony. Please, help us.
Ooh, I turned that corner too sharp.
That's my mom! Stop! Stop, Grover!
You can't do this, John.
Everyone shut up.
Skip through this
let me
little
think.
moment.
What's going on?
You won't get away with this.
Get her out of here!
Get away from her, you son of a bitch!
Lisbeth!
Damn it! Come out where I can see you! All of you! Shepard, damn it.
Yeah, I knew it was too much to wish for the Geth to kill me. Yeah, I know.
This is a human.
It's not just...
You won't get
so
away.
you keep saying, but
Can't you see
opportunities...
They...
Sadly, you can't just
If you kill only the Thorian...
Maybe there is.
Just make sure there's no evidence when you're done.
I'm glad you've decided to help us.
What did you...
Like a gas grenade.
Okay, now let's get back to the fucking colony so we can continue. Lost about 5 minutes with that little scenario. Actually, I think it said it was 10 minutes. But since I just like skipped over taking the time to blast the Geth on the bridge, and I skipped through all the conversation, yeah, I probably lost about maybe 5 minutes. 15 minutes total. 10 minutes for that save, and then 5 to get back to where I was. So yeah, roughly about maybe 15 minutes. I lost 15 whole minutes. Which it's not like I'm timed or anything, but still, that was 15 minutes that was pretty much just wasted for y'all. Back, yeah, I'm away. Run your ass over.
No hitting the colony.
Very well, Commander.
Yep, okay, so I'm gonna try my best to save us all the colonists. I just gotta remember to take my time with it, not get caught up in what I'm doing. Cool, I was able to get them all with one. Alright, so far so good. Corners are tight, so I gotta be careful. They're down. Just gotta wait for the shoot at the right angle. Alright, got them. So far so good. Oh yeah, that's right. I forgot the thorium grenades can actually take care of the things. Alright, so throw one there. Oh shit, that gets close.
Can you make sense
Oh, hot damn, alright, it did. Okay. I don't think I've ever done that smoothly, just like one grenade for each group of people.
I tried to fight it, but it gets in your head. You can't imagine the pain. I was supposed to be their leader. These people trusted me. It wants me to stop you, but I won't. I won't!
Alright. It's off to deal with the thorium. Now I'm hoping... Whew, excuse me. Now, every single time that I always play, when I get to the part where I'm actually talking to, what was her name? Shiala. Every time I go when I first meet Shiala, and I do the whole thing where she gives me the cipher, when it goes back to it and they ask me if I'm okay, I'm positioned in such a way that Commander Shepard literally turns his body and turns his head a full 180 degrees, so it's like his head is just sitting backwards.
Alright, we just need to find this creature and determine
I'm
what
hoping it don't do that again, but I bet it will.
This was not covered by my training manuals.
That does not look like any plant I've ever seen. This may be problematic.
Problematic.
Invaders, your every step is a transgression. 1,000 feelers appraise you as meat,
Also,
good only to dig or decompose.
she's labeled as a
I
clone.
speak for the old growth as I did for Saren. You are within and before the Thorian. It commands that you be in awe.
And that's also why it looks like Shiala, because the Thorian not only can take control of minds, it can also clone whatever species it has that's drafted to it, and like those little pods on the wall.
You gave something to Sarah. Something I need.
Saren sought knowledge of those who are gone. The old growth listened to flesh for the first time in the long cycle. Trades were made. Then cold ones began killing the flesh that would tend the next cycle. Flesh fairly given. The old growth sees the air you push as lies. It will listen no more.
I won't let you keep your thralls. Release them, now!
No more will the Thorian listen to those that scurry. Your lives are short, but have gone on too long. Your blood will feed the ground.
Wow, that's never actually happened before. Just blasting her ass off the ledge. Oops, wrong way. Which another thing is, since it literally just spat out a clone, and it's still in the spot it was just at, how did that clone get in front of me, unless it climbed up on the outside ledges? Ah, you bitch. Yeah, I'm hoping the Legendary Edition also has a way higher frame rate. It's supposed to be full 4K at 120 frames per second, so I just cannot wait to play the game at that kind of quality level of just overall smoothness. Not to mention if it is going to run with the Series X and PS5 enhanced capabilities, these load times are going to be non-existent. And those could always be annoying. Were almost always annoying in all three games was the load screens, because they sometimes took forever. So hyped for it. We knew they were going to make it eventually, and everybody pretty much knew what the big announcement was. Oh yeah, that's actually where Shiala is, in that pod. But damn, now that it's actually just been openly spoken about and has actually been advertised with a nice, really good looking trailer, or teaser trailer, I mean. It's just, I'm just that much more hype for it. It's fucking awesome. As soon as they announce what day it's releasing, and it goes on pre-order, like I said, I'm gonna buy, if there is a collector's edition, I'm gonna buy the collector's edition. That's just sitting on my shelf in my collection. of other, because I've actually got a limited edition games. I'm gonna get the limited edition of the Legendary Collection. That's gonna stay in the plastic on the shelf. Oof. And then I'll also pre-order just a straight digital deluxe, if there is gonna be one.
I'm free. I suppose I should thank you for releasing me.
Is everything all right? Are you hurt?
I am fine, or I will be, in time. My name is Shiala. I served Matriarch Benezia. When she allied herself with Saren, so did I. Benezia foresaw the influence Saren would have. She joined him to guide him down a gentler path.
And whenever we find out what day it is,
Benezia lost her way.
I'm gonna put in for the day it comes out and the day after. I'm gonna put in for those 2 days off, because the moment that thing goes live and I can actually start playing it, I'm gonna start playing it, and I ain't gonna stop until I either go back to work or I beat the damn things. Which there ain't no way I'm gonna be able to beat all of them in 2 days.
Are you saying Saren can control minds?
We'll go damn well try.
Saren, as I did. We came to believe in his cause and his goals. The strength of his influence.
The biggest reason to say that.
She tried to manipulate Saren, but in the end, her plan backfired.
Asari matriarchs are among the most intelligent and powerful beings in the galaxy. How could one fall under Saren's control?
I say that because
Saren has a vessel, an enormous warship unlike anything I've ever seen.
The first time I played it,
he calls it Sovereign.
and this was before I got
It
the
can
Bring Down the
dominate the
Sky
minds of
DLC
its
and the
followers.
Pinnacle Station. But
They
the first time I
become
played it, I
indoctrinated to
think it was
Saren's will.
somewhere around
Process is subtle.
55 hours
Take
of
days,
game time.
weeks. But in the end, it is absolute.
And that was
I
me
was a willing
exploring
slave
every
when
inch of
Saren
the
brought me
war
to
of
this
the
world.
universe, just doing
He
everything.
needed my
It took me roughly
bionics to
55
communicate
hours.
with the Thorian, to learn
Was
its
my
secrets.
the final
Saren offered
allotted
me in
time on my
trade.
save.
I was sacrificed to secure an alliance between Saren and the Thorian.
Saren's pretty quick to betray his own people.
He was quick to betray the Thorian, too.
Excuse me.
After he
Anyway,
had what he wanted, he ordered the Geth to
second game,
destroy
though.
all evidence of its existence.
when Mass Effect 2
Saren
dropped,
knows you are searching for the conduit. He knows you are following his steps.
and I bought
He
all the
attacked
DLC
Thorian
as it
so he
came
could not
out.
gain the cipher.
What's the cipher? And why did Saren need it?
The beacon on Eden Prime gave you visions. But the visions are unclear, confusing.
With base
They were
game
meant
plus
for a
all
Prothean
DLC,
mind. To truly
total
comprehend them,
runtime
you
for
must
me,
think
total
like a
play
Prothean.
time for me on my
You must
final
understand their
save
culture, their history,
was like
their
90
very
hours
existence.
and 28
The
minutes.
Thorian was here
And that was
long
me
before
going
the
through
Protheans
every bit of
built
the
this city.
dialogue
It watched
without
and
skipping
studied them.
anything and doing
When they
everything
died,
I
it
could
consumed
possibly
them.
do, beating
They
that
became
game
a
100%. That was the first time. That's how long it took the first time. Then 3, I think my total time was like 29 hours. Yeah, 3 was actually way shorter than a lot of people thought it was. It was just way
So
shorter.
the Thorian taught Saren to think like a Prothean. How?
Actually, no, with
The cipher
DLC,
is the very essence of being a Prothean.
that means it probably
It cannot
came
be
out
described
to
or explained. It would
maybe
be like
right at
describing
32
color to a
hours,
creature
maybe.
without eyes.
That's
To
with DLC,
understand,
because that's
you must have access to
Omega,
endemic
Citadel,
ancestral
and
memory.
From Ashes.
A viewpoint spanning thousands of Prothean generations.
Yeah, roughly about maybe
I
32
sensed
hours.
this ancestral memory, the cipher, when I melded with the Thorian. Our
But
identities
nonetheless,
merged,
yeah.
our minds intertwined. Such knowledge cannot be taught.
That's-
It simply exists.
Doing the first one again,
I need that knowledge to stop Saren.
100%,
There is a
beginning to
way.
end, all
I
dialogue,
can
all
transfer the
missions, all
knowledge from
collectible
my mind
bullshit.
to yours, as I did with Saren. Try to relax, Commander. Slow, deep
I'm
breaths.
definitely not going to be able to do that in 2
Let go of your
days, but I'm
physical
damn
shell.
well going to try, because
Reach
I'll
out to grasp the
wake
threads
up,
that
I'll
bind
play
us,
it, and
one
I
to
won't
another.
stop playing it until
Every
I go to
action sends
sleep, and then
ripples
I'll just
across
wake
the
up the
galaxy.
next day and do it
Every
all over
idea
again,
must touch another mind.
because I am just so fucking
Each
hyped
emotion
for it.
must mark another's spirit. We are all connected. Every living being united in a single glorious existence. Open yourself to the universe, Commander. Embrace eternity.
Robot death orgy. God, I hope this eventually gets made into a live-action movie. That'd be pretty fucking awesome if they could do it correctly.
I have given
Or as
you
a
the
series,
cipher.
either one.
Just
It'd
as
be
it
better
was
as a
given to
series.
Saren. The ancestral memories of the Protheans are part of you now.
Are you alright? What just happened?
Okay, here we go. Is it gonna do it? I think it's going to. Watch this. 180-degree turnaround.
I saw...
Oh God,
something.
yeah, it did.
It still didn't make any
Ugh.
sense.
You have been given a great gift. The experience of
Does
an
that
entire
every
people.
time.
It will take time for your mind to process this information.
Every time I play.
We should get you back to the ship,
In this
Commander.
specific
Medical
spot, it
needs to
always
know
does
about this.
that.
I'm sorry if you have suffered, but there was no other way. You needed the cipher. In time, it will help you understand the vision from the beacon.
Tell me more about this ship Saren has.
Sovereign is alien. I do not know how it was built or where it comes from. Its design does not match that of any known spacefaring species. It dwarfs any vessel in the Citadel or Alliance fleets. Its weapons are devastating. Its defenses virtually impenetrable. With it, Saren believes he is unstoppable.
Yeah, he pretty much
You
fucking
said Saren
is.
uses it to manipulate his followers.
The indoctrination. There is an energy about Sovereign. You feel drawn to the ship. It makes Saren's arguments more persuasive, more compelling. Spend enough time in Sovereign's presence and you will lose yourself. There is no other way to explain it.
I want to know more about Benezia.
Benezia was greatly respected among our people. A powerful biotic, even for an Asari. She was widely known as a teacher of philosophy and religion. She always sought the paths of peace and harmony. She joined with Saren because she hoped to turn him away from his path of destruction.
Instead, she became one of his most powerful allies.
As I mentioned before, Matriarch Benezia underestimated Saren. Be sure you do not make the same mistake.
Now that you're free of the Thorian, what are you planning to do next?
If you allow it, I would like to stay here with the colonists. They have suffered greatly, and I played a role in their suffering. I would like to make amends.
The colonists will need all the help they can get. They'll be happy to have you on their side.
Thank you, Commander. May fortune smile upon you.
This is the
Can't
way.
believe it. Jong says we'll have all the money we need to keep this place running. It's because of you, Shepard. I can't thank you enough.
Now, time to head back to the ship, debrief, and then speak to the crew again. I think I did like 90 minutes worth of playtime early this morning. So, in total, we're just over 4 hours into the game.
Stand by, shore party. Decontamination in progress. Decontamination in progress.
Commander, you look pale. Are you suffering any ill effects from the cipher?
The cipher shook me up a bit.
I might be able to help you. I am an expert on the Protheans. If I join my consciousness to yours, maybe we can make some sense of it.
Do it. Hurry. We don't have much time.
Liara, I need you now. Let's do it right here in front of everybody.
Relax, Commander. Embrace eternity. That was incredible. All this time, all my research, yet I never dreamed. I am sorry. The images were so vivid. I never imagined the experience would be so intense. You are remarkably strong-willed, Commander. What you have been through, what you have seen, would have destroyed a lesser mind.
Come on, get to the point. What did you see?
The beacon on Eden Prime must have been badly damaged. Large parts of the vision are missing. The data transferred into the Commander's mind is incomplete.
You sure you didn't come across any kind of clue or hint? Something we might have missed?
Everything I saw, you already know. You were right about the Reapers. The Protheans were destroyed by a race of sentient machines. I think it is obvious there is a connection between the Reapers, the Prothean extinction, and the Conduit, but I did not see anything that would help us find it.
What's our next move?
I was able to interpret the data relayed through your vision, what was there at least, but something was missing. Saren must have the missing information. Maybe he found another beacon. If we can find the missing data from your vision, I can... I am sorry. The joining is exhausting. I should go to the medical bay and lie down for a moment.
Dr. Chakwas should take a look at you.
That will not be necessary. I just need some rest. Somewhere quiet.
We're done here. Dismissed.
I've sent off the Pharos report, Commander. You want me to patch you through to the Council?
Patch him through, Joker.
Setting up the link now, Commander.
Commander, ExoGeni should have told us about the Thorian. It would have made your job much easier.
You might have been able to capture it for study instead of destroying it.
The Thorian linked to enslaved minds.
That always leads
Anyone
to
who
a bad
studied it would have
thing.
ended up as one of its thralls.
Perhaps it's for the best then. At least the colony was saved.
Of course it was saved. Shepard would go to any lengths to help a human colony.
Being human had nothing to do with it. They were in trouble.
Admirable. But sometimes Spectres have to make sacrifices. I hope you're willing to do that when the time comes.
Goodbye, Commander. We will be waiting for your next report.
That's some heavy-ass foreshadowing.
Hey, Commander, next time we touch down, let's try not to park the ship in a colony of mutant zombies. Just thinking out loud here.
I have to go.
All right, see ya.
I literally just walked up just to hear his comment. Just immediately, as soon as he's done speaking, I have to go. I should go. I should go.
Anything you need, Commander?
Just trying to get a sense of where the crew's at. Thoughts?
Well, they know about the stonewalling you've had from the Council.
They deserve to know what we're up against.
They're on your side. They're pissed about the resistance we're getting, especially from our side. I'll have a better handle on all of it when my head stops hurting. Another L2 flare-up.
Anything I can do?
No, Commander, it'll settle down. It's rough sometimes, but they spike higher than a lot of L3s. Except for you, of course. Besides, I fared a lot better than some after Kinetics was through.
But I'm not a biotic, I'm a soldier.
I haven't heard anything about kinetics in a
I
while.
don't know, I don't remember what power I picked.
Yeah, they quietly disappeared.
I haven't even
Broke
used
up
my
into a bunch of
powers
little
yet. I've
corps
just been
after they
mowing
botched the
through
training
everything
of
with
Jump
just my
Zero.
guns.
After first contact, Kinetics was set up to track Element Zero exposures and develop implants for humans. Once we had an embassy on the Citadel, Kinetics could bring in experts instead of taking it slow.
Is there some reason we couldn't learn it on our own?
They didn't know where to start. Hell, it took a couple of years to even link biotics and Ezo. Forget trying to get the kids to move stuff. They had trouble just helping them not break their own limbs. And their choice of teachers didn't help much.
The only experts would have to be aliens.
Dead on. Turians, actually. That's why Kinetics kept it a secret. They were afraid of what people back home would think, asking the Turians for help when we just fought a war with them.
The Asari would have been more acceptable than the Turians.
Yes, but the company didn't go through the Citadel. It would have made Earth look weak, so they discreetly hired some Turian mercenaries.
I'm sure Kinetics did what they thought was best.
It wasn't best for us. They brought in an ex-military Turian named Commander Vernus. A real hard-ass. He basically had a free pass to break us if it would turn out a decent biotic. Kind of spiraled from there, Commander.
Did he ever face charges for that?
He got his, yeah. But like everything else at Jump Zero...
Why do I feel like the name Burnus has been mentioned somewhere else before?
This is ancient stuff. I walked it off a long time ago. I should get back to my duties, Commander. We're here to make history, not rehash it.
We'll talk another time, Lieutenant.
Well said.
Commander?
I'm here to make history, not rehash it. Kind of like that saying.
Commander, are you coming to check up on me?
You look much
yes,
better.
Yes, Bay.
How are you feeling?
Dr. Chakwas assures me I am going to be fine. I was impressed with her knowledge of Asari physiology.
You're in good hands. Dr. Chakwas knows what she's doing.
I get the feeling you want to ask me something, Commander.
Maybe we could pick up where we left off. You were telling me about your interest in the Protheans.
Actually, I think I was talking about my interest in you, and making a fool of myself in the process. As I said, I am not used to dealing with people, especially humans. I did not really know much about your species when we first met, Shepard. I found it hard to take humanity seriously. Your kind always seemed so rushed and high-strung.
We don't have the luxury of time. An Asari can live for 1,000 years. We're lucky if we hit 150.
That is true. At first I thought that was a weakness of your species. After spending time with you and your crew, however, I think it may actually be an advantage. You humans are creatures of action. You pursue your goals with an almost indomitable determination. It is an admirable trait, but also an intimidating one.
You're scared of us?
Unfortunately, the rest of the galaxy sees humanity as something of a bully. You run over anyone in your path to get what you want. It is up to people like you to change their minds, Shepard.
I'm doing the best I can, Liara.
There is a reason the Council chose you to become a Spectre. They saw something special in you. The best of what humanity has to offer. I looked into your history. I know what happened on Akuz. The fact that you survived shows a remarkable strength.
You didn't need to go behind my back. I would have told you whatever you wanted to know.
I apologize, Commander. After our last conversation, I was afraid I would say something stupid again. I wanted to know more about you. To understand what made you into the man you are. There is something compelling about you, Shepard.
Are you sure you're interested in me? Or is it my visions of the Protheans?
I admit, your connection to the Protheans had something to do with my initial interest, but it has grown beyond that. You intrigue me, Shepard, but I was not sure if it was appropriate to act on my feelings. I thought there might already be a relationship between you and Chief Williams.
Williams
yeah,
and I
it's
are
not
just
serious.
friends,
Hell
nothing
no.
more.
My mistake then. I am not as adept at understanding human relationships as I thought. But what about us, Shepard? Is there a mutual attraction, or was I wrong about that too?
No, you were right. There is something between us.
I knew it, and I knew you felt it too. But does this not seem rather strange? Why do I feel so close to you? We have only known each other a short time. We are from two different species. We have almost nothing in common. This makes no sense.
These things never make sense. They just happen, and we get swept up in the storm.
You make it sound so chaotic, so dangerous.
Oh, this game could really teach a lot of people a lot of things about relationships.
I'll keep you safe.
I am not looking for a protector. This is all a bit overwhelming. I am not used to this. You. I need some time.
Take all the time you need, Liara. I'll be here.
Thank you, Shepard. Let's just talk about something else for now.
I should go.
Nope.
Goodbye, Shepard.
I should go. I should go. I should go. God, that scene in the vault in ME3 just gets me every time. Do I really sound like that? Yeah, you pretty much do.
Commander, good to see you.
You've been with CSEC a while. Have you seen much action?
Well, not as much as you, but yeah, I've seen some interesting things.
I'll bet you have. Anything in particular that stands out?
I remember this Solarian geneticist I was sent to investigate. That case was a bit disturbing.
What happened? Why were you investigating them?
I was tasked with tracking black market trade on the Citadel. Most of it harmless, nothing I needed to pursue. But during the course of my investigation, I noticed an increase in the trade of body parts, organs mostly. We usually get a few of those, but not the numbers I was seeing. We weren't sure if there was a new black market lab or if some freak was harvesting organs from citizens.
You've seen this before on the Citadel?
Every so often, some lab sells unwanted parts through the black market, but they're not as bad as the psychos. I remember this one Elcor diplomat we caught in my first year on the job. He was hacking people up and selling their organs, had the station in a bit of a panic. But this case wasn't that clear-cut. Turns out there was more going on than we first realized.
So how did you figure out what was happening?
First, we got a hold of a sample and ran DNA tests. The weird thing was, the match led us to a Turian who was still alive and was very convinced he'd never lost his liver. After a bit of digging, I discovered this Turian worked briefly for Dr. Salion, the geneticist. So I went to his lab hoping to find evidence of cloned organ development, but there was nothing. No Solarian hearts, no Turian livers, not one Krogan testicle.
You're kidding, right? Why would anyone want Krogan testicles?
Some Krogan believe that testicle transplants can increase their virility, counteract the effects of the genophage. It doesn't work, but that doesn't stop them from buying. They'll pay up to 10,000 credits each. That's 40,000 for a full set. Somebody's making a killing out there.
What did you do about the geneticist?
I brought in some of his employees for interrogation to see if I could get them to talk. While I was interviewing one of them, I came across something suspicious.
You mean threaten? Was that really necessary?
Maybe, maybe not. Either way, it paid off. One of my detainees started bleeding profusely during the interview. We offered to patch him up and he got frantic, freaked out. I ordered a full exam to find out what was going on. Our medics found incisions all over his body, some of them fresh. That was our big break. These people weren't just Dr. Salion's employees. They were test tubes. Walking, living test tubes.
He was growing parts inside these people?
Exactly. He cloned their organs right inside their own bodies. Then he harvested them and sold them off. Most of the victims were poor. He'd pay them each a small percentage of the sales, but only if the organs were good. Sometimes an organ wouldn't grow properly, so he'd just leave it in them. Most of them were a mess, but only on the inside, hidden so nobody could see it.
I hope he got what he deserved.
That's the worst part. We never caught him.
Why not? What the hell happened?
He ran, blew his lab, grabbed some of his employees, and headed for the nearest space dock. By the time I found out, his ship was already leaving. He threatened to kill his hostages if we tried to stop him.
But you went after him anyway, right?
I ordered Citadel Defense to shoot him down, but CSEC headquarters countermanded my order. They were worried about the hostages, worried about civilian casualties if the ship was destroyed so close to the Citadel. I told them those hostages were dead anyway. We just used them to make more organs, but they wouldn't listen.
Well, you can't get them all.
No, but letting him get away like that. All they had to do was disable that ship, stop him from running. Maybe the hostages die, maybe they don't, but at least we stopped the bastard responsible for it all.
If you don't care about the fate of those hostages, then you're no better than he is. You're just a terrorist with a badge.
Yeah. Maybe
Damn.
it doesn't make it any easier, but I see your point. Just wish I could have stopped him. That's all.
I gotta go.
Commander.
Yeah, we're not gonna do that. We're not gonna do these little mediocre, not mediocre. They were good missions, but we're not gonna do those in this
Commander?
playthrough. What your bitch ass got to say this
You have a few
time?
minutes to talk one-on-one.
Sure. I was just watching some.
Oh, before I go, we saw Caden in a news vid about the Normandy. He's cute. Later, sis.
Let's pretend this never happened.
Are you interested in the Lieutenant Chief?
Of course not, sir. Fraternization is against regulations. What's up? You didn't come by to eavesdrop on family mail.
Your family seems to be important to you.
Yeah.
Okay, yeah.
with
I'm just
Dad
gonna
on
skip her
duty so
shit.
much, I had help. He was real proud when I made. She gave up her career. With 4 girls, Dad used to say.
Where did?
I guess that's why I'm so tight with my. Things were tense between. I didn't think he was a bad kid. Just.
Where were you?
Close enough to talk regularly. I took emergency leave and walked Sarah. I said it was her call to make. They do great.
So.
One of Dad's friends.
what did you?
One of Dad's friends.
You trapped.
I want. She. I swear.
That's a.
The Williams women are a decisive bunch, Commander. We do things that for always roaming with a hungry heart. Much have I seen and known.
I never thought I'd hear you.
Just don't. Ulysses was my dad's favorite poem. Every time he.
Does he still like it? You mean from?
Dead. That's not a problem with you, is it?
You know that old song?
Yeah, I've met a.
Yeah,
Hello.
I do too.
I should get back to my duties.
Do you have a few minutes to talk?
I wouldn't mind talking.
Dismissed, Chief.
Sir.
What do you want, Shepard?
Why did you become a mercenary?
Lots of reasons.
Such as?
Such as, I needed to get out of our system. I needed to eat. I needed to survive.
Why not stay and help your people?
I tried to help. That's why I had to leave.
What happened?
I was betrayed. I was head of a small tribe. We were trying to restore order after the war, but the other tribes were against us. They followed Jared, one of the few warlords who survived the war with the Turians. But he was old, and so were his ideas. He wanted to continue the war. He wanted us to fight. Turians, Solarians, each other. It didn't matter who, as long as we were fighting.
What did you want?
I just wanted Jared to shut up, to stop his ranting. I wanted him to stop leading the tribes astray. But he couldn't understand how much things had changed. We didn't have the numbers to go to war. Even if we did, the genophage made sure we couldn't replenish our numbers fast enough. I told them all to forget about war. We needed to focus on breeding, at least for one generation. And for a while, we were getting through. Some of the tribes started coming around.
I take it the warlord didn't appreciate that.
No, he didn't. He arranged a crush with the tribes. A meeting on neutral ground. He wanted to talk. We met at the Hollows, near the graves of our ancestors. The skulls of our dead laid bare to remind us where we come from, and where we all go. It's as sacred as any Krogan place can be. Violence is forbidden.
It sounds like a trap to me. You must have suspected as much.
I did. But when your father invites you to a crush, well, there are some laws that even we hold sacred.
Jared was your father?
He was. Until that day. We talked, but we didn't get anywhere. When it was clear that I wouldn't join him, he gave the signal. His men leapt from the graves of our ancestors like Krogan undead. The few that were loyal to me died quickly. I escaped with my life, but not before I sank my dagger deep into my father's chest. That is why I left, and that's why I'll never go back.
So long, Rex.
Shepard.
Shepard, I'm glad you're here.
Good to see you smiling again, so to speak.
I'm sleeping much better now. I guess I'm getting used to how quiet your ship is. I still think a lot about my pilgrimage, though. I know Theron's our top priority, but with all the worlds we go to, I was hoping to find something to bring back to the flotilla.
We've still got a long way to go. You'll find something to take back.
Yes, but it cannot just be some derelict ship my people can use for salvage. It has to be more than that. There's a lot expected of me.
What's so special about you?
It's my father. He's the senior member of the Admiralty Board. He's one of only 5 people who can overrule the decisions of the Conclave for the good of the migrant fleet. My father is responsible for the lives of 17 million people. Our entire race is in his hands, and I'm his only child.
So are you some kind of heir to the Quarian throne or something?
No, it doesn't work that way. My father's position isn't hereditary. I'll probably never serve on the Admiralty Board myself. Officially, I'm just the same as any other citizen. But it doesn't work that way in practice. People have always treated me differently because of who my father is.
You must get all kinds of special privileges.
I probably had it easier than most growing up, but it's not all good. People like my father have enemies, and they're not above using me to get to him.
It must be tough on you.
My people place a high value on family and ancestry. There's an unspoken expectation that I'll live up to my father's example. Everyone's waiting for me to do something great on my pilgrimage, something that will forever change our lives for the better. If I don't, it's like I failed, and that reflects badly on both me and my father.
The work you're doing here is more important than anything any Quarian has ever done before.
Yes, I know. But you have to understand Quarian culture. We're a very insular society. The events beyond the flotilla don't much matter to the average citizen. Our greatest dream is that one day we'll return to our homeworld and drive out the Geth. But even if we stop Saren, that's not going to happen. There's still millions of Geth behind the veil. Until they're gone, our exile will continue.
What would you need to bring back to make everyone happy?
Something that would help us better understand the Geth. They've changed significantly since the exile. They've continued to evolve. We've done our best to study them, but it's not easy. They're very reclusive. Until recently, they never went beyond the borders of the Veil. And all the Geth we run into now are under Saren's control. We'd need to find Geth operating on their own. independently. But I don't want this to get in the way of our mission, Shepard. First, we stop Saren. Then I'll worry about my own problems.
What was your father like?
It wasn't easy growing up as the daughter of one of the Admiralty. Even before he joined the board, he was a prominent figure. People looked to him for leadership. He had to set an example, and he expected the same of his daughter. Plus, he was pretty strict, a military man through and through. He never allowed me to settle for anything less than excellence. As a kid, I sometimes felt like he was pushing me too hard. But now I'm old enough to appreciate what he taught me. The world doesn't owe us anything. If we want something in life, we have to earn it.
Where was your mother in all this?
Mother was around, but she always seemed to kind of blend into the background. Almost like she was overshadowed by my father. He tends to do that to people. She passed on about 5 years ago. Some airborne virus that swept through the fleet. Happens sometimes when the filters start to break down. I think my father took it pretty hard. After she was gone, he became even more focused on his work. I think that was his way of dealing with the grief.
Some airborne virus. No, that wasn't the events of that one Mass Effect novel, Deception, I think was the name of it.
Sounds like a tough upbringing. You don't resent your father at all?
Like I said, it wasn't easy. My father's not the kind of person you bond with, and he wasn't around all that much. Too busy. People counted on him, and he took his duties seriously. Even when he was around, he always seemed a bit distant, like his mind was always somewhere else. Come to think of it, I can't ever remember seeing him smile. Not once. It's like he was always weighed down by all that responsibility. I mean, I know he cares about me, but he never really showed it, not in the usual way. I guess the best thing I can say about my father is that I respect him.
I want to talk
like
about
what?
something. I should go.
See you later.
Now we've talked to the crew. Time to head to Novaria. But I believe when we touch down, that may be where I may have to call the stream short. Well, not short, it's been over 3 hours, but that'll definitely be where I put a stop for the night, because sadly, even though I'm off work tomorrow, I've got other things I've got to take care of with family and such. So, never an off day. Well, actually, I take that back. Probably on,
Good timing, Commander.
Thanks.
We got a transmission coming in from the Citadel. Top priority clearance.
I'll take it in the comm room.
What is today? Saturday. Well, technically today's Sunday. But, Sunday, Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday.
Commander Shepard, we've received information that may be critical to your mission against Saren.
I'll take all the help I can get.
We've received an urgent message from one of our infiltration regiments in the Traverse.
You mean spies?
Spectres tend to attract attention, Commander, but they are only one arm of the Council. Special task groups are often a better option for monitoring developing situations.
We currently have several infiltration units scattered throughout the border regions of Citadel space. This particular unit was gathering intel on Saren.
What did they find?
Unfortunately, the message we received was little more than static. The infiltration team must be in a situation where they can't set up proper interstellar communications. But the message was sent on a channel reserved for mission-critical communications. Whatever they were trying to tell us, we know it was important. Considering your interest in Saren, we thought you might want to investigate this. Find out what happened to our team. The signal originated from the planet Vermeer.
I'll look into it.
The Council prefers not to become involved in the specifics of Spectre activities. We only want you to be aware of all your options, including Vermeer. Good luck, Commander Shepard. We will keep you advised if we learn anything else.
But anyway, Wednesday. Wednesday I am off work. And as of right now, I've got nothing else planned. So Wednesday, I plan on doing I guess you might as well call it a super, one of my lengthier streams. But that one will be anywhere from like 4 to 6 hours, definitely, at least. Maybe even 2 of them in that one day. It just depends on how things go. But yeah, we'll definitely be doing a longer stream then. I'm just going to go ahead and touch ground on Novaria. And once I get touched down, I'm going to save, and that'll be the end of it. For the night, anyway. Yeah, I never did go get that chicken, so I had to go run and reheat it up during one of those conversations. I'm starting to get pretty daggum sleepy. But yeah, Mass Effect will be finished in the next stream. That is a guarantee.
Approach control, this is the SSV Normandy, requesting a vector and a berth.
Normandy, your arrival was not scheduled. Our defense grid is armed and tracking you. State your business.
Citadel business. We got a Council Spectre aboard.
Landing access granted. Normandy.
We're going
we will be confirming identification on arrival. If confirmation cannot be established, your vessel will be impounded.
Finish Mass Effect.
I think I'll take my next leave here.
Which, that shouldn't take no 3 hours whenever we go to do that. But we're going to finish Mass Effect, and then we'll switch back to Sherlock Holmes, The Devil's Daughter. See if we can get it knocked out as well. Then after that, who knows? Actually, no, by then we should, by that time, I should have God of War 2018. So we'll probably actually start that up within the next few days. Oh shit.
Equalizing interior pressure with exterior atmosphere.
I've got to fix this real quick.
The commanding officer is ashore. Exo Presley has the deck. Stand by, shore party. Decontamination in progress.
I messed up. I meant to bring Liara with me.
Logged.
Let's try this again. Liara and Rex. I bring Rex just because of the whole thing between Krogan and Rachni.
Exterior atmosphere.
That and Rex is just my
thing. The commanding
so
officer is ashore. Exo Presley has the deck.
Let me go ahead and fix up her equipment real quick. Just so that way I don't got to worry about doing it later on. Oh damn, I never did get that good Omni tool. Bah, oh well, it'll be fine. I'll only use it for this one mission anyway. She gets that armor. Alright then. That'll do it. So I'm going to go ahead and save. And I will catch you lovely people on the next time. Take it easy.